I'm just getting work done. That's my audio levels. That looks about right. Hey! Oh wow! Danny's in here. Hi! We're glad to see people in here already. Okay, where is my Hecky of a Hecky? Oops. I got to remember where I have my file hidden. By the way, how's my audio levels? I could probably use getting a little closer to my mic, but it was... my boom arm just doesn't want to be in the right place anymore. Voice could use being a bit louder than music. Okay, let me double check music levels. I mean, that's probably a better improvement. At the very least, I can lower the volume a bit. I had some wiggle room for that. Okay, where's my hecking? I gotta remember where it is. There it is. Here's my extremely stupid thing that I am almost finished with. Friggin' at me now. Improvement. Yes, thank you. Basically finishing up the shading, and then I want to like tweak the background so it has a nice contrast with the foreground, and then maybe add a little bit of details to like the teacups and saucers and stuff, and then it's done. I'm just being fussy about like, oh, how do I make the background like recede more into the background? I'm fussing over that detail, but I'm like, I don't need to do that right this instant. I just need to finish doing the cell shading, which is kind of hard to see. Hang on. Where's the shade? Okay, here's my shade layer. Okay, shade is on normal. Let's put it at max so I can pick the exact color where we're at. And then put it back at like the 80s. Okay. So we're gonna have a... Whoa, where's the shade layer? Jeez, why am I on a different layer? I'll join voice in a bit. Alright, cool. I assume Fugi Tag is working. When you come in, I'll find out if it's working, because I didn't bother testing the bouncy heads before I started. I'm just kind of vibing. I'm just kind of like trying to finish this stupid artwork, because we have an anime convention coming up. And I'm like, oh yeah, here's this stupid piece I started working on that will probably sell well. So... okay, so I'm just gonna start working on it. Hi, Ozai. Did I decide where the light source even is? Just, oh, excuse me. Generally the middle, I imagine, right? I didn't write lines for it. You want to just be like, okay, looks like I generally have the lighting coming from this way. Art tip, it's good to have arrows to remind you where the light source is, and then you can draw the shadows from there. I think it was mostly like for Ozai definitely having it go this direction, because I imagine the fire over here would be a literal light source, but then like, I don't know, I'm not even finished on over here, but this looks pretty finished. Like, I don't remember where I was. It's been forever since I've touched this piece. But I was remembering that I had it. I'm like, you know what? I've put so much ridiculous amount of hours into this really stupid idea that I might as well finish it so I can, like, earn something out of it, hopefully. And by me, I mean the studio. Every time I control Z, it takes a while to load. That's annoying. Yeah, that's not half bad. Okay. A lot of the times, depending on the way I'm shading, but like for cell shading, I think I generally like to put all the shading down first and then erase where the highlights would be. Hope everyone's having a lovely, peaceful Wednesday. Trying to think of what I've been doing. I was watching some Sykkuno stream earlier. Apparently he streams on YouTube. I was watching him play Detroit Become Human because I really like that game. And he's like towards the end of it. But I'm like, Sykkuno, are you done for the night? Are you done for the night? Are you done, sweetie? Okay, I'll just go finish. Hi, Cyril! Hi! It's nice to see you here. I'm not doing much. Are you guys Star Wars fans? I'm sort of a Star Wars fan. I'm not like a hardcore nerd of it or anything. But like, it has aspects of it I enjoy. Like like McClunky. I like McClunky. Permission to ask me what McClunky is. Trying to remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Are you watching the new Obi-Wan Kenobi show? No, sorry. I've been thinking about watching it just because, like, I enjoyed The Mandalorian, but that was also back when I thought it was only going to be the one season. And if there's a second season, which I'm pretty sure there is, I have not taken the time to see it. I'm too busy. If you haven't seen the Clone Wars animated show, you'll get pretty lost in some things. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of lore, but, like, that's what I appreciate, is that it does have, like, a pretty finished feeling lore. Even if, you know, it suffers from, it's an IP that's been around for a really long time, and then, like, things get lost in translation because there's new writers constantly. So that's kind of a bummer, but, like, what are you gonna do? That's the natural order of things. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was gonna say. So let's see. Just double checking that I'm caught up with the chat. Okay. So Danny, you might be interested. I mean, you did tell me to like write down some places in Vegas that you might be interested in. And because another one I was thinking of, I'm like, I feel like you and your fiance would really like this one. So, or maybe not. I don't know. I'll go ahead and point it out. There's a place called the Millennium Fandom Bar. Don't be too intimidated because it says bar. It is a bar, but it is a nerd bar where you go in and the whole like inside and stuff is decorated with like Star Wars and Doctor Who and Disney, lots of random other stuff like that. And on special occasions, like on weekends especially, they will have special nights with cosplay events, and people will actually show up in cosplay. Yeah, lots of Star Wars, Marvel, DC, stuff like that. So if you and your fiance are interested in like socializing with people like that, the Millennium Fandom Bar is a pretty good place to go to do that, I think. They do have a non-alcoholics drink part of the menu. So they'll have soda and like fruit juice. I always order the fruit juice. I'm a sucker for whoop juice because I'm a little baby that likes to be hydrated and healthy. Oh Ozai, let me get your freaking eyebrow here. Jeez. Definitely looking. Oh, frick. Beast is here. Hi, Beast. I'm like so hyper concentrated on this stupid thing, it's hard for me to pay attention. What is it called again? I'll go ahead and type it for you. Millennium Fandom Bar. If I can spell Millennium correctly, jeez. Millennium? I think that's how you spelled it. So it's a parody on the word Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. It's the Millennium Fandom Bar. So it is a nerd bar. So if you go on a weekend, like Saturday night or Friday night, it's probably going to be really busy and really packed. If you show up on like a weekday, I don't think they're... Oh, when are they not open? I don't think they're open Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. I think they're closed those days. Maybe they're open on Sundays? I'm not sure. And you can always go to their Facebook page and see what events they have, because it's like, oh, if it's that... if it's like such and such Wednesday of the month or something, they'll have like goth night or emo night or something like that, and everybody will... It's just a bunch of adults showing up to a bar dressed as emos, like from 2010. It's great. Created by an actual nerd. Did you know that? Yuck, yuck, yuck. So yeah, you'll go in and you'll see like they've got an R2-D2 in there. They've got a couple of giant Star Wars setups like the Millennium Falcon. I gotta be careful not to say Phantom because that's the name of the bar. It's the Phantom Bar. The bartenders are very, very cool people that if you go there enough times, they will remember you by name very quickly, which is freaking cool. Like, I haven't gone there very much, and already the bartenders know me by name, and they know what I always order to drink. It's great. I love those guys. Yeah. Ooh woo. Ozai. Let me get your eyebrows. I'm being way too picky about how I'm doing this. Ugh, everybody drink water. Where's my water? That's a water. That's very cute, Beast. What is that? That is adorable. It's a ProJared. It's a what? ProJared streams? Or is it somebody who's just using ProJared as an emote character? Like, what is it? He does. What does he stream? Wow, okay. I didn't know Jared streamed. I have something stupid to say about Jared when you're done explaining our RPGs mostly. Yeah, that sounds like something he'd be into. So, speaking of ProJared, I was watching a VTuber recently and I was like, oh, what's this VTuber doing? Like, I'll check in on her every once in a while and see like, oh, what's she playing right now? The other day, this particular VTuber was playing Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club. Where the entire, like, first hour of the game is hyping up Jared to be, like, the most attractive character. And the whole chat was, like, not comfortable. And there were people being like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. It's like... Oh, am I kind of quiet? Yeah, I need to get closer to the mic, I guess. The boom arm won't stay where I want it. I was like, oh, I gotta lean farther from the mic to see the chat. It's not a very convenient setup. But anyway, yeah, just watching... It's been so long since I've acknowledged the Normal Boots Club game, and then watching somebody just randomly play it, and then the whole chat is wildly uncomfortable, and they're like, oh yeah, welcome to the Normal Boots Club, where Jared is the leader and talks to underage girls. But he says he wants to make sure you're 18 plus before you join. Like, there was all kinds of jokes like that the entire time, and it was a thing. It was a thing that happened.
Unfortunate.
Oh, frick. Sounds like Aki's here. But I gotta fix Discord, because it doesn't like to switch devices.
You can just add ProJared Jared to the list of people that I'm really, really sad.
Are sad.
Got their that like I'm really, really sad. Got their public reputation ruined in a way that like I don't actually know what happened, but now their reputation is awful, and so now I'm like, oh crap, I feel awful for liking this person, but I still like this person.
But I still like them. I mean, I
Yeah.
watched all of the full videos on the topic, which I'm not going to delve into here because this isn't the place for it. But it's interesting, I suppose. I always say to separate artists. Yeah, dude. Okay, Beast. I don't
Sometimes
know how much.
depends.
Yeah, I mean, no, I am strictly separate art from artist. Always. The only time I ever don't do that, so here's an example. A famous artist, Anish Kapoor of the modern art world, is an example of this. I bully his art just because he, like not just because he himself is a D-bag, but because his art isn't even that good to begin with. That's why I bully his art and be like, oh, your art's stupid, you know, that sort of thing. It's because his art is stupid and also he's a D-bag, so he deserves to be cyberbullied, so... like, that's one of, like, the few exceptions, but, like, I have an exception to that exception to the rule, sort of thing. So I am very actively separate art from artist. I think you're a complete maniac if you don't. And Beast, I don't know if you've seen the absolute freaking discourse on Tumblr about Harry Potter, but wow, it will not shut up. It is intense.
Just
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not so. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, I'm not so hype on Harry Potter as a franchise anymore. Not because of J.K. Rowling, but because of just it's going like the Star Wars route where they're doing so much of the expanded universe that isn't good material.
Yeah.
And it's just
it's getting farther away from canon and doing less of like understanding the original of like what made the original good. Sort of thing, and there's just ugh. Like I'm kind of mad at the direction the Fantastic Beasts trilogy started going, because I'm like, I wanted to like this trilogy. I really did. This trilogy sucks. The first one was good, and then the second one was stupid and confusing, and then just the third one was just flat out bad. And that is really disappointing, because I really wanted it to be good.
I would say stupid and confusing is just the whole franchise. Like, there was some charming stuff in the first one, definitely. Yeah. And there were some things I liked about the second one. The third one had a singular character that I liked.
Beast is asking if I recommend he watch it. By all means, I recommend you watch things to form your own opinions. Like, I'm pretty adamant about that. Like, absolutely go form your own opinions on things, and don't let, like, my opinion, like, tarnish your experience or anything.
If you like Harry Potter, watch Fantastic Beasts. If you like Harry Potter, pay money for it.
Yeah,
just don't pay money for it.
Don't pay money for it. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's like, spend your money on more important things, like hot topic.
I think the most frustrating thing I can sum up with about a Fantastic Beasts is I feel like I missed something by not reading a novel, except there is no novel version of this. It's just the movie.
It's just the movie, exactly.
Introducing new magic stuff into the canon of Harry Potter without bothering to explain it properly.
Yeah,
and it makes
because it's a movie. They with like special effects, they're constantly like, "Oh, we're firing our wands as hard as we can," and there's a lot of like it's a light show, but it's like, okay, but what spells are they casting? There's no explanation for that whatsoever.
Or they're throwing in these new Fantastic Beasts that are like, this beast just exists to be a plot device. Yeah. Like the third one is so guilty of this. They throw in this new beast just to be a plot device.
I'm like, that sure is a plot device, I guess. Wasn't a good one.
And I'm just kind of like, okay, sure. Why, though?
Why? Big why though. I'm just like, ugh. And on all levels, I cannot forgive them for replacing Johnny Depp. Not in the sense of like, oh, how dare you replace Johnny Depp, but in the sense that they didn't bother, like the makeup department didn't bother making him look like Johnny Depp's character, and the actor didn't bother trying to replicate Johnny Depp's performance whatsoever.
I don't know. There's none of that.
All. Like, it was almost like they were trying to not do that on purpose. And I
don't understand why.
I'm like, okay, cool. So this is just a different character now. Bruh.
That's not jarring at all.
That's not jarring at all, marathoning the trilogy. Bruh. Was it called the MacGuffin? And the MacGuffin basically means author's bypass. Like, MacGuffin is like, oh, here's this magical journey we have to go on where we have to collect that one magic jewel. Because the magic jewel does this thing that the author says it does. That's the MacGuffin.
Yeah, it's basically a Fantastic Beast MacGuffin.
It's a Fantastic Beast MacGuffin. But was the beast called the MacGuffin? It should have been.
No.
No. It would be way too on the nose if they did that. But that would be hilarious. See, at least there would be at least some semblance of comedy in that case. You ruined my joke.
Yeah.
Well, how was I supposed to not ruin your joke? I take things too seriously.
You phrased it like a question.
You phrased
you weren't
it like
here
a question.
to give it a tone.
You're supposed to put like a smug face at the end, so I know you're being smug about it. You know. You gotta let me know you're being smug.
No, do you even smug?
Do you ever smug? Do you ever keck W? We had to look up
ever since you pointed out Keck W, yes, everybody's been using it. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, well, I know people have been using Keck W, but I was finally like, okay, what's Keck W? So we went to Know Your Meme. Wow. Like, okay, the origin is like this Spanish guy laughing. I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound too impressive. We watched the video, and his laugh isn't a laugh, it's a wheeze. It sounds like you're getting your tea ready on the stove. Like, he's going off.
It sounds like me.
Like, this man is laughing so hard that he's wheezing. So I'm like, alright, that is a worthy laugh. This is good. I have no idea why it's called Keck W, though, but go off, I guess. Drink, Walter. Alright, Ozai, do you have a face yet? Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable face. That's a reasonable face he's got there. I'm gonna go over here and highlight his ear a bit here. At least I got the majority of this project done, because if I didn't, I don't see myself being able to finish it, because this fire effect that I had to do on this character was so annoying to do. So I'm like, alright, how do they animate this? The answer is nah. I don't wanna. So like J.K. Simmons, lol. Oh, dude, I freaking love J.K. Simmons. Are you kidding me? J.K. Simmons is based. I want J.K. Simmons to appear in everything, just because he is a pleasant and joyful human being. I want him to just exist in more media. That would be great. So someone get me a movie adaptation of Steelheart, and then get J.K. Simmons to play Prof. That's all I ask.
Yes, please.
Yes, queen. Of course, I imagine more like Grunkle Ford specifically, but definitely that's the voice I imagine for that character from that book. Yes. Less like that in Spider-Man. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put a little bit of highlight on, whoops. Stop rotating. It always rotates when I don't ask it to. Alright, let's put just a little bit of shading on his face so that way there's a little bit of contrast. Blub, 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 blub. Blub, blub, blub. Come on. Control Z takes forever. Come on. Come on, Odd. Come on. I don't have all day. There we go. Ugh. Certain aspects of my computer have been slowing down, so if Beastbird has any ideas, that'd be great. Clearly I'll work more on deleting stuff from the storage, because that's still a work in progress, but... Also, Beastbird or Danny, you also have permission to join the voice chat in Discord if you so desire. It's cool beans with me.
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't like be talking the entire time. I've got that stupid cough.
Yeah, she
so
has a stupid cough, so
only
she has to
occasionally for
be
me.
muted most of the time and only unmute when she's ready to say something specific. So I'm still like pretty on end of like, I don't know how to talk to no one. Yeah, you're doing the things at the moment. That's totally fine, sweetie. You're good. No obligation from anyone. Just pointing out that, if you want to, Babaka. Yeah, a little bit on his little nosy. Would you stop rotating canvas, please? I'm not doing that on purpose. Ugh. Pro tablet, my butt. Stay flagrant on this stupid tablet thing. Yeah, you're doing homework while listening. That's totally fine. Homework's good. Dude, I know I have some friends that have used their live streaming channel to legit just do homework. They're like, yeah, I've got homework to do for high school or whatever, for my class. I'm just gonna vibe with people while I do homework. I'm like, you know what? That is a dandy use of your time, honestly. And here I am. I've got like some artwork that I'm trying to finish, and I'm like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with me just using a stream as an excuse to finish this. It's like, maybe soon I'll get to like the fun art streams I really want to do, where it's like wacky fun times and I do art requests. Like, I want to get to that point, but I'm not there yet. Just because I've got so much actual work I need to finish. Heck, I've got a commission.
Yeah, when I get back to doing art streaming, I'm also going to be doing like, okay, here's some actual things I need to work on.
I'm gonna heck W your face. I'm just now remembering the other most heinous part of this whole piece, which I'm gonna point out. these arm things on Endeavor were a nightmare to draw. I freaking hated these things. I'm just gonna point that out right now. Ugh, never again.
You know, I'm just about to ask why, but now that I'm seeing all the dimension you put into them, yes, yeah, that looks hard.
Yeah, I put a, like, actual dimension into this. Like, this idea, this entire piece idea was, like, a joke I made on a stream, like, 1 or 2 years ago. And I was like, haha, I should draw this as, like, a joke thing on a stream sometime. And I ended up just not doing it for a stream ever. And I was like, well, what if I just do it as, like, a full piece? With, like, full color and make it look nice. And, wow. This was really hard to draw. So I'm really, really hoping that this sells well at the next convention, because I deserve it. I deserve the validation for my work. I don't even know how to draw anymore. I don't know how to shade anymore. I'm just kind of doing stuff. Oh, you definitely do, sweet honey. Oh, thank you. I'm so exhausted. Oh, speaking of exhausted, now I get to ramble about why I'm so exhausted. When is the con in Boise this year happening? Anki, do you know when Anime Oasis is happening? Because that's the con we're planning to go to.
Google it. It's like the last weekend in June, but Google it. Yeah. It's better to Google it than to ask me.
Yeah.
Just go to their website.
Just go to their website. But yeah, I guess last weekend in June. So Aki and I are gonna try to make it up there. I don't want to think too much about how much work that's gonna be, because convention work is so physically and emotionally taxing on us that I'm like, no. But we'll appreciate any support we can get, moral support, stuff like that. If you guys can actually show up as well, that's freaking dope. If you show up, please have fun for yourselves. I want you guys to have fun, because I freaking love Anime Oasis. It's been just a shame we haven't been there in a couple years, because it's been canceled twice in a row due to COVID. So that's a huge bum in the bum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just drive safe. Aw, thank you. Oh, we're working on it. I hear Cammy is planning to come, which is really, really great, because I don't think she's been to a convention before, so I hope she has fun. Whoops. Touch screens. What do they do? This could use being a bigger brush. I'll be there after work. My friend and I have booked a room. Oh, that's excellent. I assume you and the taco. Okay, maybe I shouldn't word it like that, but his username has the word taco in it, so.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I need to be discreet, not use his real name. His username is tacos and burritos, okay? Please don't eat me. Me and you have permission to let him know I said that, and tell me on what level he is offended. He named himself that. Don't worry about it at all. I just realized how horrible it was coming out of my mouth, being like, "Ah, yes, and the taco." It's like, what am I? What am I, a politician?
Just yout. Now that you gave it context, it makes a lot more sense. But I was just like, Vicky.
I didn't mean it like that. I promise. I would never say that. I promise. Drink water. Fear me dying. Oh my gosh, dude. Never again will I be privileged to speak. It's your guys' turn. I'm not allowed. Just like high school. Beast, help me. I was at work and someone asked me if I speak Spanish because I look Mexican. I said no, only hola, taco, and burrito, and he laughed. I think it would be funnier if the other person was like, that's racist. It's like, well, you're the one that asked me if I knew any Spanish because I looked Mexican, right? I mean, again, to be fair, Beast, I too thought you were Mexican when we met. It's like, TLDR, I thought you were Mexican. I joked and called you Senor Gomez, and you were like, I'm Indian, so I assumed Indian, and then you were like, Native American Indian, and I'm like, frick. I'm sorry, forgive me, I was born where they make white people. I am ignorant, I don't know any better. Help me. Somebody else better get into this voice chat before I say something that'll get me canceled.
I just gotta say, I'm in the same boat, dude.
What, you? Oh, well, yeah, you were.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yes.
We're
I too, as your sister, was also born where they make white people.
Yeah, so I was raised around 95% white people, 5% Pacific Islander. That's all I got under my belt. At least it's something interesting and different.
I think that's a generous statistic, actually.
Generous? Yeah, I guess I am being pretty generous, but, like, it's not like I know for sure what the demographic was, but, you know, the town I grew up in was about that ratio, roughly. And, that's the best I got as far as, like, growing up with other cultures. That's it. And then I moved to Idaho, where there's, like, tons of people that are not white, and I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, is that Barry? Me when I make a joke that could get me canceled. Naked Barry screaming. Alright, I wanna check what emotes I got. Mostly I'm just gonna go to the best section there is. Yeah, there we go. Hang on. This is gonna bug me if I'm only just now noticing this, but is Endeavor's eyes crooked? I'm only just now noticing this. Oh boy. I'll keep staring at it and consider fixing it later.
Crooked how?
Crooked how?
Do you mean cross? Cross-eyed? Do you mean...
As in, like, the right, as in my right, his right eye, frick, the right one looks like it's looking down at yeah, looks like it's looking down at the teapot, and the other one looks more like it's staring off into space. Like, I don't think the two eyes are looking like they're looking at the same object.
Well, at least that's an easy fix if you don't think it
that is
looks
an
right.
easy fix, but it is bugging me, because I'm like, do you know how many hours I've worked on this? To be fair, neither do I. A lot of hours. At least 10 hours went into this as it is right now.
I never put too much thought into what he was staring at before, so I can't really help you.
You know what? I'm not sure what my intention is of what he's supposed to be staring at.
He's just angrily staring down.
He is angrily staring down. Okay, I think the intention is that he's supposed to be staring at his cup, but that's like way down here. And the eye line is not going there. Like, what if... I don't know. Can't you invert it? Yeah, I can fix the eye direction very easily. It's just bugging me that I'm just now noticing that it feels off. It doesn't matter that much. I'm just gonna keep working. Golly. I feel like there's enough light overall. Burp. Like, the lighting doesn't feel like it's matching. Like, on Ozai's outfit, it feels like enough light, but on his face, it doesn't. It feels like the lighting is coming from a different source, because he's got a lot more shadow on his face. But I like the shapes I drew on his face. I'll think about it.
Did you use any reference?
No. I never use reference.
So, I didn't think using reference was such a big deal until college.
Of course,
and then
college.
I realized how much it made a big deal for shading.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even just for like poses on characters, just to have a accurate idea of how the light would hit objects is what helps with so much for reference.
Yeah. I just really like the shadows I drew on his face, but like in general, I don't do shading very frequently. So I don't have a good sense of like how to do it.
Also, I gotta say the shading is a lot more dramatic than I thought you were going to
Oh,
go
well,
for.
it's dramatic so I can see it. So I can see it.
Oh,
Like when I'm
okay.
done with it, I'm probably gonna have it a lot more like here. It's just really like high contrast so I can see where the shapes are.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, what mood are you going for? Is this just supposed to be awkward vibes? Is it supposed to be evil vibes? Is it supposed to be
Yes and
LOL
yes.
vibes?
Yes and yes and yes.
No,
I
I
mean, I
mean, I
suppose
feel like
that's
you
a
gotta
good question.
commit to one
So,
to make it work.
overall, like the background, I started working on just because most of the references I had of Fire Lord Ozai was with like this sort of background. Because most of the reference images are of him in his hidden cave bunker during the Day of Black Sun, and not so
Yeah.
much like in his palace or anything. So that's why I ended up with this sort of background. But I'm like, that's kind of a stupid background in hindsight, but I already did it. So it's like, okay, he's in his secret bunker cave, and he's got the Fire Nation flag.
I think minimalism for this particular piece, minimalism with the background is
I definitely agree, minimalism. So when I'm done with like the shading and stuff and like everything else, I'll probably go back to the background, and I think what I'll do is I'll add like some Gaussian blur over it, so that it kind of recedes into the background, and maybe add like another layer of a solid color to like mute the background a little bit. Just a few different like filters to kind of push the background away and make it fade away into the background where it's supposed to, and not have so much attention because all the detail is on the foreground characters.
Yes, design.
Design, just design. It was like, well, this is like,
You know, one of the best,
this is
honestly, one of the
simple,
best
but
anecdotes I got from college was start with design and end with design.
yeah.
And I'm like, I pretty much understood that immediately, but we went into more depth as to what it actually meant. And it's like, start with design. Okay, plan where everything's going to go so that it looks good spatially. And then end with design is more like, make sure what's supposed to be the focus, make sure that's the focus. You like adjusting values and contrast.
Yeah.
And you get into all the nitty-gritty stuff in between.
I like learning about the art of art. Ho ho ho.
That's absurd.
I like being absurd. You got a problem with that?
A little bit.
Oh. Well, sounds like a problem. Aye, aye, aye. You know what? I'm gonna take a shortcut on this one. Where's the line art? Cool.
So I just spent way too long redoing my flower garden for Animal Crossing so I can breed blue roses, and I'm just hoping it works this time.
Yeah.
I was just, I don't think it's really working out the way I'm doing it because I didn't technically follow the directions verbatim. I was like, oh, this will be good enough, right?
Right.
And I'm finally like, you know what? Let's just make sure I actually follow the directions so I make use of all this time traveling I'm doing by also breeding blue roses while I'm at it. So let's make sure I'm doing it right.
Make sure you're doing it right, silly. You're doing it right.
Well, good. I'm glad I'm doing something right.
You're doing something right by me. Yeah, sweetie.
Just.
What are you, Chuck E. Cheese?
I mean, I'm trying to do the intense, like, crying whimper sound, but my voice is not intense right now.
So you can just be Chuck E. Cheese. he can just whimper.
A real cool place to be in.
Kid can be a kid. Can a kid be a kid? I don't know. I haven't been there. Actually, I lied. I have been there.
Yeah, I went there when I was like too old for it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you get to like that middle school stage where like kid stuff isn't cool anymore.
Kid stuff isn't cool anymore.
That's
you gotta wait till
where
you're
I
a bit
went.
older before school again. Hi, Cammy. Welcome. You can already see what I'm doing. I mean, you could probably like. Oh wait, no, you can't see the title. The title's hidden because I have my skull space border. But yeah, the title is Bad Dads. Let's see. Oh, let me finish this part. There we go. Boop. Boop. There we go. This is a work in progress. Does that do anything for you? This is a piece I started working on like months ago, maybe like a year ago. And it was just a joke idea, but I was like, what if I did it like a full piece? And oh boy, do I regret doing that, because there's so much detail here. This fire effect took me forever. These freaking gauntlets on Endeavor took me forever to draw. I freaking hate these things. Oh my gosh. This is such a huge headache to do, but I'm mostly just kind of finishing the remaining polishing stuff. Like I'm finishing the cell shading, and I'll finish the background. I'll probably add some details to like the teacup and stuff. But yeah, then it should be done, because Aki and I have an anime convention soon, and we have to sell our art. And it's like, oh, what new art do we have? And I'm like, I don't know, what new art do I have? And I'm like, oh yeah, I have this stupid thing, which I should finish, because I already put so much work into it, and I know it'll sell. Drink water, everybody.
It's a conversation piece.
It's a conversation piece. Yeah. Dude, this thing is gonna have so many watermarks on it by the time it goes public on my social media. Because this is absolutely the type of artwork that will get stolen by Chinese websites and sold on throw pillows on wish.com. It sounds like I'm joking, but this has happened to me. My art has been stolen and been sold on wish.com. I am a small artist, and this BS is still happening. Please.
That's why they can go after you. You don't have any lawyers.
I don't have any lawyers.
Did they try going after Disney with that crap?
I mean, that's why, like, Tumblr and Twitter and stuff banded together and intentionally started making artwork of like Disney characters that says like this website steals artwork and resells it. Don't buy from them. And then that stuff gets photoshopped on t-shirts by bots, because it's bots that pick up this stuff. Like, especially on Twitter, if you reply to tweets and say like, oh man, I really want this on a t-shirt, that's communicating to the bot that this is something that should be stolen and put on t-shirts. So they started abusing that on purpose very cleverly and being like, okay, let's draw stuff that's like, oh, this artwork has been stolen, don't buy from this website, and then requesting that people reply to it saying, oh, I would love this on a t-shirt, so that way the bots will pick it up. Including ones by Disney. Like, they started going the route of, like, intentionally doing that with, like, Disney images, so that way Disney would actually come and take down the sites, the Chinese bot sites. It was freaking genius.
It's like that meme from Thor Ragnarok. It's like, no, I can't defeat you, but he can.
He can.
And it's like Disney.
It's like Disney. It's like, you use the two evils and make them fight. Okay, where am I now? I am still fussing over, like, every little detail, and I'm like, I need to do what's called the F adjustment. I look at little details, and I'm like, would anyone care if I fix this? No? Then F it. Oh, there's a slight... No one's gonna notice these few stray pixels, but I do! Alright, what... is it this layer? Yep, it's that layer. Oh. There we go, I fixed it. Just a few stray pixels. I just went in and fixed them. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Alright. Where am I? Alright, let's start working on this heckin' tea kettle thing. I have no sense of lighting or light direction or anything. Ugh. Alright. Let's see. There's also a lot of memes going around about the actor that is playing Jane Foster because she used to play Padme in Star Wars years ago. Off the top of my head, I don't remember who Jane Foster is. That's a very familiar name, but I'm like, I don't remember. One. Yeah. And then yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good enough. I'll go with that. To get smooth lines, you just draw quickly, and then you erase the line over and over and over again until you get it right. That's how you do digital art. I know because I looked up a tutorial. Legit looked up a tutorial years ago on how to make better, smoother line art, and their advice was literally what I've been doing this whole time anyway. It's like, oh yeah, just draw the line quickly, and if you don't like the line, just Control-Z and do it again. And I learned that method from one of my art friends. And I was like, wow, that looks maddening. Oh well. I don't have a stabilizer, I use Photoshop. Thor's love interest in the first movie. Well, I know who the... Wait. Oh, Jane Foster is the name of the actress? That doesn't sound right. I thought it was, a different actress. I'm extra confused. Yeah, they really made Thor 2 look a lot like Star Wars Episode 2 in both costume and set design. Yeah, digital art is exhausting. Oh, tell me about it. I mean, digital art is less exhausting in the sense of, like, there's a lot of shortcuts. You don't have to use up physical materials to make your art, so it's cheaper. Like, once you have the software and the tablet and and the computer to run it, then you don't have to spend money on art materials anymore. So that's like a bonus. You have layers to work with, so you can be really in control of everything. I mean, yeah, I would say traditional art and digital art both have their ups and downs. At the end of the day, I'm a digital artist. I prefer digital. Jane Foster is the character. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, Jane Foster sounds like a character. What was the actress's name? I don't remember, but I remember, like, there was one year where I was watching a whole bunch of movies, and I ended up watching 3 movies the same... Yeah, Natalie Portman, that's it. I ended up watching 3 different movies, all with Natalie Portman in them, and I'm like, wow, Natalie Portman just gets really stuck with the crazy men, doesn't she? Because, like, that was just a running theme with all of the movies I had watched her in. Whoa. Excuse me, sir. Natalie Portman is the actress. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Oops. Nope. Don't want to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. like, this looks correct. Oh well. Okay, what if I, like, tone down the shading, like, where I want it? Yeah. I gotta do this a bit different. I'm so picky. No, I kind of liked it the way it was before. I feel like you can hear me coughing from the other room. Oh, well, as in my mic can? Because that's, I can't control that very much. Come on. Come on. Do the thing. Do the thing. Each Control Z takes forever. Come on. Oh, one more. Oh, two more. There we go. So I just changed my mind. I'm like, I'm keeping it the way I drew it before. Yes. Yeah, sorry, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. You know, just keep your door closed and stuff. What the heck is that? Oh, there's like some stray pixels here. The heck? Line art? Is that the line art? Yeah, that's the line art. Where I got some stray pixels. Okay, let's erase those. No one's gonna notice these stray pixels except me, but I like a clean line art. Help me. Somebody keep me from going insane. See, the point of me streaming is like, oh, I'm doing work that I would do alone anyway. But then there's some people around. I'm still going just as insane. Nothing has changed. Beast Bird! I'm calling you out directly. You should give me your favorite emote. Oh, what do you need? I don't know, give me like a topic or something. I go through so many topics in my head and I'm like, nah, that's stupid. I'm not gonna bring that up. I'm doing that constantly. And you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna check the lurkers list. I'm calling you out. Another TV viewer, Feet, Nat Zelly, Not Am Beast contest, tacos and burritos. Aha! I see you. You can't hide from me, punks. What did you say to me? I'm saying keep me sane. What have you guys been up to? I've been up to being super depressed and trying to get through it anyway. I just stabbed my finger with a needle. I'm trying not to bleed on my sewing. Life before the sewing machine must have been brutal. Okay, to be fair, when you sew, you're bound to stab yourself. And for me, it's different per person. Like some people are like, oh, I tend to stab myself while doing blah blah blah. But for me specifically, I stab myself most while I'm pinning the fabric. The pinning is probably like my favorite part to do, but it is the part where I receive the most injuries. I just get so comfortable and I'm like, so relaxing. So relaxing with my fingies. And then I stab myself.
I live.
You live? Do you live, sweetie?
A little bit.
A little bit? Well, that's good.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't help. You know why? You know why I can't always be here.
You know why I can't be there. No, I understand. It's just. Oh, Arishu's playing a game. I get to hover over the corner of my monitor and see if I also see the notification for her playing VTube Studio, which tells me that she will be streaming. And that means I can cross my fingers that she'll still be streaming by the time I'm done so I can raid to her. Because Arichu is very cute. Let's see. Oh, I want to be finished. I want to be finished with this. Okay, what other obvious parts am I missing? I have to like really pump up the shading again so I can see where I'm at.
It's the boy!
Is there a boy? Oh, there's a boy!
Hey.
There's a boy! Hello, boy!
Oh, frick. I laid down my voice.
Yeah, you lie down in the
on my desktop.
Your voice is very muffled, sweetie.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, trying to sit down and relax, and then I hear my voice from across the house going, hey, over the computer. I'm like, oh, frack.
Oh, like you had more than one device going?
Like I heard my voice through your stream, and I don't usually like to have your stream playing while I'm on the Discord, so...
Yeah. It's like, which is great, that's how you're supposed to do it, but then you have like the one thing where it's like, oh man, I wish I could listen to the background music at the same time. It'll make you miss the background music.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't care much about that. You can
hear such amazing things as Japanese character, Japanese character, Japanese character. And other such classics like kanji, 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 parentheses, composer. Oh wait, I have it behind the there it is. And then kanji, 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 katakana, katakana, katakana. For
what is it, bro?
Kanji, 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 kanji. If it's in Japanese, it's something from the Smash Bros track. I'm pretty sure Smash Bros Brawl is the soundtrack I have. I've had this soundtrack forever, and I don't super remember, but...
Right, just to be clear,
yeah.
I'm not actually looking at the stream right now.
That's
As
fine.
I said, it's across the house.
That's totally fine. I just like pointing it out because I think it's silly too.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have quite a few anime soundtracks that are like that. What I started doing last time I got like an anime soundtrack in Japanese was I copy and pasted the title into Google and then renamed the track whatever it was that came out. Most of them came out just fine, but like some of them were kind of weird. It was just like young men fighting or something like that, and I'm just like, what the?
Young men fighting.
What is this? Young men fighting. And I'm just like, okay.
Young men fighting. Young men,
classic.
No need to feel
let me look at the titles from my Fairy Tail soundtrack as I had to.
Fairy Tail.
I mean, what a classic. I always listen to Young Men Fighting all the time.
I love listening to Young Men Fighting. Oh gosh.
One of my favorite tracks.
It's one of the best. Just an absolute classic. Me and the boys listening to Young Men Fighting.
The boys.
The boys. Me and the boys out at midnight looking for beans.
Beans! Huh.
I agree. Aye. This freaking piece. It's taking a million years.
You can do it, honey.
Hi, honey.
Okay. Let me read the titles as they came out
Yeah.
when I translated them. Okay.
Yeah.
3 Dragon Slayers, Allied Gathering, Angel Annihilation Strategy. That actually does make sense. That's a phrase that's in the show.
Oh, it still
Angels
sounds
of
stupid.
Anguish. Yeah. Awakened Midnight, Carla's Confession, Disappearing Magical Power, Dragon Chain Cannon, Dragon Force.
On a cold winter morning, the time before the light.
Urza versus Urza. Exceeds. Fierce Fighting Magic Team.
Friendship power.
Floating Island People.
I like floating island people. That's my jam.
Gale and Thunder. Okay, no, the title is actually like way more stupid than Young Men Fighting. Are you ready?
Okay.
Go on.
Hook me up. Hook me up.
Group Male Competing.
Okay, try again.
Group Male Competing.
Group male competing.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Me and the boys listening to group male competing, am I right?
Yes.
We've got Ice Boy.
Oh, I love Ice Boy. Bless you.
Dang it. Sorry.
That's
Try
fine.
not to do that.
That's fine. You're fine.
Incandescent Battle of Steel, Mystigan Theme, Nirvana Light, Old Magic, Panther Lily, Parallel Universe Edelus, Poison Dragon Cobra, Priestess in the Sky, 6 Demon Generals appear, Something with Wings, Star Spirit Battle, Super Subspace Magic Anima, The Power of Justice, and Traveler of the Magical Boundary.
Sounds like a weird
Yeah.
weird
Mating.
mating ritual. Peacock,
Yeah,
peacock, peacock.
Most of those came out comprehensibly. Like if you've seen the show, I'm like, yeah, those phrases make sense.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm remembering that
Yeah.
Panda Lily is a character, and I love him.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So most of those make sense if you've actually seen the show. But like, group male competing was where it's like, are you sure about that, Google?
Are you sure?
I wonder what
about
that was really supposed to be
Okay,
saying.
Google.
Okay.
And then my phone is
Google.
about to die, so I gotta go do something about that. Give me a
Okay,
sec.
go do your thing.
Okay.
Okay, Google.
Janai.
Google tonight?
Guguru Janai is what she said.
Okay, Google. Alright, let's.
She said Googaloo is not Googaloo, guys.
Oh no, the horror. Okay, Google.
Like, talking about how to pronounce it specifically.
She's like, Googadoo is not Googadoo? I've been lied to.
Google.
Google? 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 I freaking love Japanese people trying to pronounce English words. It's so adorable.
Oh, it's so good.
And I don't mean that in a
Subaru.
demeaning way. I'm just like, this language is cool and adorable.
Yeah. Subaru, she is learning English
Yeah.
and talked to Ina, and her English was really, really good. Like, she said she's been studying for about a month now, and I get it that she was studying and she had like high school English as well, but she still has like actually really good English.
Ooh.
So I would recommend going to see her conversation with Ina. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Okay, Google. I'm just thinking about something somebody tricked Corona into saying, and it's really funny to me.
Oh yeah. I'm still thinking about Mio just doing that little song. That video is still playing in my head.
It's what you think of at night.
It is. I actually had a very strange dream last night. I remember I was at the movie theater for something, but I can't remember what, and that's all I remember at the moment. But yeah, that one Mio video is still just going on in my head. Just
Just your internal
uchi
monologue.
uchi uchi da yo, o kami Mio da yo. Yeah, like
People
I
coming from
have
more
two brain
sensible
cells, and
languages
they're just
having an outrage over English is hilarious. Oh yeah,
yeah,
getting angry at it. I don't blame you. English is very
yeah.
stupid.
Hey, babe.
Hey, what's up?
If I diddle around the kitchen and end up coughing a lot, is that gonna bother you?
I mean, I suppose not. It is what it is.
Okay, like I don't know. I just need to get up and move around now, so I was kind of like do dishes and stuff.
Yeah, that's probably fine. I mean, I notice like when I'm moving around in the kitchen, I can hear kitchen sounds on your streams.
Eh.
It is what it is. Like anything
Yeah,
with
it is what
like
it is.
the pantries or the fridge or the microwave, like that all gets picked up by my mic.
Yeah,
It's
it is what
it
it
is
is.
what it is. We're just
Yeah.
normal people.
All
Sorry
right,
to give you
I'll be just listening for a little bit.
yeah. Sorry to
One
give
of
you all
my
the false pretense that I'm actually like some kind of space child's lucky star mother effer, but
yeah, one of my favorite English enraging sentences
yeah.
is it goes something along the lines of like uh the meal I had no effect on my hunger. It just
Oh.
has the had in there.
Oh. Oh. Don't even get me started on Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. If Cammy wants to know more about that one, she can Google it, and then she'll find a diagram where they're breaking down the definition of each buffalo. And how it is, because of how stupid English is a grammatically correct sentence. And I ask you, just because it is a grammatically correct sentence, does that mean communication took place? Nay. Oh, it's so stupid. I love pointing out how freaking stupid English is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go in here. Erase these. Let's go back into here. Wow. More power. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, Danny asked me, have you guys seen Top Gun Maverick? It's really good. I have not seen it, but
No.
and it's not like my type of movie, but at least the trailer was entertaining.
What was that? Taco Maverick?
Top Gun Maverick. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said taco.
Taco. I mean, allegedly
Oh,
it'll be
great.
really good to people who've seen the original movie. I don't know anything about the original movie except that people meme it sometimes. And by meme it sometimes I mean on like really rare occasions. And by rare occasions I mean it was one time and I found it very funny, even though I've never seen the original movie. There you go. Now you know my deep dark secret.
Oh no.
Oh no! Now I'll have to kill you. Ho, 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 ho.
There's always this
Sorry,
book
what?
that's like,
No. I thought they were two, but they are not. Yeah. She's just asking us about something in the kitchen.
I always remember seeing this book title that went something like, I'd say something to you, but then I'd have to kill you.
And then I'd have to kill you.
And it was like a novel for teens or something, and it had a picture of this girl, and it was like cut off just below the eyes, so you could only see the bottom half of her face.
Yeah, I love that composition.
Yeah, it was a really good composition.
Anime made me like that composition. Anime made me like a lot of things, but go on.
That's it.
Okay.
Don't remember anything else about it.
Oh, everybody
And
drink
I
water.
from what I could tell of it, it was like a spy book. I don't know.
Let's see, it's the story of Tom Cruise or Maverick training the next generation of fighter pilots, and then finds out the son of one of the pilots he worked with, which was Goose's son in the team. Yeah, so I think it's just a reboot or something to an older movie called Top Gun. And it's like,
Oh wait,
yeah,
is it the Airplanes movie?
yeah, it's Planes by Pixar.
Yeah.
I did
Okay.
it. Now what I was trying to say is like, there's actually like another movie called Maverick, has nothing to do with Top Gun, that I saw years
Mm.
ago. I don't remember it too well, except that I thought it was super entertaining. And I'm like, oh yes, remember how movies are an entertainment medium and they're supposed to be entertaining? The only thing I remember from Maverick is it's like about a dude in the wild, wild west who's really good at playing poker. Like that's all I remember, but it was really
I
entertaining. Because you
I
get the,
remember that.
yeah, you just gotta have like the protagonist that's like cool and does everything in a cool way, and the whole audience thinks he's cool. That's it.
Yeah, and then he did magic at the last game, didn't he?
That sounds familiar. That might be true.
Where he didn't even look at his hand and he won.
It's like I do a magic. Get
He's just like,
ready,
I don't
don't
need to
blink.
look. It's magic. I'm going to win, and he won.
It's magic. You
I think he
know.
won with a royal flush as well.
Because you gotta have the dude that does it in like a way too cool way. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Royal flush is like the tip top, the absolute
Oh, that's fantastic.
best hand you can get.
Whoops. Frick.
Did I uh
Turning on. Ooh. Coloring. How it feels. Okay, and then we go over to. No, I did it already. Or did I? Do 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 do. Alright, go over here. Select inverse. I'm gonna go back over here. I want to color in this part. There we go.
Ooh.
Weird. Whoa. Gosh heckin'. Let's try. The heck? There we go. Is this okay, mommy?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh.
Thinking that shade should just be on a different layer. That would probably be a better idea. Yeah. Ugh. Alright. Just gonna put that on a different layer. Line. Okay. I'm just gonna erase this. Put this on a different layer. Make its own layer, as if I don't already have a million layers. Okay, new layer. Shade, just for the flag. There we go.
Oh, Grape is cuddling me.
Mr. Grape Juice?
Yes.
Ooh woo.
He's so cute.
Whoops. Okay. It's hard to see with all this fire in the way. Okay. Oh gosh, you can see what Endeavor looks like.
Hmm.
Have to fix these lines. Which is dumb that I have to do that. I don't have to do that, but I didn't do the shortcut that would make this easier, so now I'm doing the long cut. This is my lot in life. Have I mentioned I have no idea what day or time it is anymore?
Yep.
So, of my my sleep schedule is like all extra screwed up right now. Like
Yeah.
immensely. Like you're like you already know. It's like, oh, because my sleep schedule's all screwed up. I always go to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like but that's my normal. I went against my normal recently, so now I'm like, what friggin' day is it? And then I had a friend contact me today, and they're like, hey, are you streaming today? And I'm like, isn't it Tuesday?
It's
not
Wednesday,
Tuesday.
my
It's
dude.
Wednesday, my dude. Ah! Exactly. It is, I'm all screwed up in the head. Because for the entirety of my normal sleep cycle, I was awake, and then I went to sleep. So, this morning, I woke up at like 3:45 in the morning, and I've been awake ever since. So I'm a little, what time is it? I'm a little confused where I am.
That's 8:30 for you, in it.
Yeah, I've been awake since 3:45 in the morning. So that would be like 4:45 in the morning for you, I believe. You woke up when I took a nap, lol. Yeah, I am I'm just flabbergasted. I don't know what day it is
16
anymore.
hours, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a lot for me. I'm a confused little bear over here. A confused little baby bear. Alright, let's turn the fire back on and then bring this way down here. Okay. Ugh. I'm just tired, dude. We've got Pokemon to keep us awake and sharp.
Yeah.
We got Pokemon. Anybody see the new trailer for the new Pokemon game? Do you want the purple or the red?
I have not seen it.
It's not an interesting trailer. It's just a trailer. It's like, oh look, we got Pokemon
Yeah.
that we've already leaked. We've got Grass Kitty. And we've got a Pokemon called Smoliv. It's a small olive, and I want to hold it. And the legendaries are the red dragon and the purple dragon. Oh, Brother's here. Hi, what's up?
Hello.
I'm very tired. Oh, sup? I'm very tired. I'm working on this I already did this drawing like months ago, maybe even a year ago, and I didn't finish it, but it's like almost finished. And Aki and I are getting ready for Anime Oasis in Boise. So we're like, what new art do we have? And I'm like, well, I have this piece of junk, which will probably sell well. So let's finish it and then get some actual earnings for my hard work and the many hours I spent on this stupid thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, what's this down here? Okay. Maybe I should just get rid of that because I keep getting confused what it is. Also, I need to fix this other part of the flag because it's bugging me. Alright. Let's get rid of shade. Let's get this. Let's get this. And then this. Fix this line. It's bugging me. And see if that makes me slightly less annoyed with how this looks. Okay, what about this friggin' thing? Is that a... Yeah, okay, where's the color layer? Is it this thing? Cool beans. Okay, I'm gonna go in and fix this stupid thing in the guy's hair. In Boise, you say is. Yes, the last weekend in June is our convention. I don't know the exact date.
Hello there.
You'd have to Google it. Hello! I'm dead inside, help me.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
Yeah, that's fine. Anime Oasis is the last weekend in June. I don't know when that is, but that's roughly when it is. You can probably Google it to find out when it is if you need an exact date for whatever reason. But Aki and I are getting ready for that. And
Okay, so you're just going to Boise and then going back?
yeah, we're going to Boise and then going back.
Okie-doke.
Yeah. We'll be there for like a week or two? I don't know. Whoops, that's the wrong thing.
I was thinking 2 weeks at least, and that's
Yeah.
one of the things that like we need to have a discussion about maybe tomorrow. Hopefully,
Yeah.
when both of us are like brain.
Yeah, because I
Brain.
haven't had like a brain all day because neither of us got proper sleep. I've just been freaking out. I'm just out.
Yeah, so I didn't know until just now that you're like really starting to crash. Is that how you're feeling?
So I'm numb. I want to say it's at the crashing point yet.
Okay, you're numb currently.
I'm numb currently.
How does it
Numb.
compare to yesterday when we were at my work?
Well, the thing about me being at your work is that I was also numb then. Like, I was so sleep deprived that I was numb, where I couldn't comprehend that I was tired.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back for another sponsorship of Raid Shadow VPN. Now, use this
Oh
app
my
that's
gosh,
gonna...
did you say Raycon Shadow VPN? I love that thing, of which I have bought.
Yes, I did.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow People.
Oh god.
Raid Shadow people.
The Shadow People, me and the boys out at 3 a.m. to get beans!
Yeah.
I'm dying. Hi guys. Keep me alive. Keep me alive while I'm drawing.
So what art are you doing today?
Well, are you looking at the stream at all, or do I have to finish your riddles and tell you?
But too much I forget this stupid thing.
You're like, oh no, now
Totally
I have
watching
to
the
open the stream. Oh no, how dare I? Ho 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 ho.
Oh wow.
Pyro, drink
That's
water.
interesting. I've been drinking water. What are you talking about?
He's just a boy.
He's just a boy. Ugh. Rudy. you gotta draw something. Rudy.
Rudy. You got to stop
gotta-
drawing.
You gotta make him like progressively more like a ghost, like Rudy.
Rasputin.
Rasputin. Oh wait, I need to get closer to the mic. Rasputin. Like that.
Rudy.
Rudy, you gotta draw something. Is that what you people want? Is that it? Can I fix my boom arm anymore? Cause I quit being a loser. Ah! My boom arm won't stay in place. It's as tight as I can squeeze it, and it's not tightened enough. It keeps sliding away from my mouth. Okay, am I done with the shading? I might be done with the shading. I think I can move on with my
Wait,
life.
hold up. Is this an art commission or is just a
This
a fun?
is a joke I made like a couple years ago, and then I started drawing it like a year ago, and then I didn't finish it, and now Aki and are like, we've got an anime convention we need to go to. Do we have any new artwork? And I'm like, well, I have this stupid thing that will definitely sell, so I should finish it, so we can have something new for prints. Ugh. And of course, this will also be available on my Redbubble, Rainy Tail Studio Redbubble. Link to my Redbubble shop below, or whatever the frick, I don't care. Okay, let's get... Is the... Hang on. Is this even finished? Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this one. Duplicate, and then we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna go blam. Is this finished? It might be finished. I'm gonna be pretty excited if it's finished. So that means I don't have to finish it. Okay. Go above here. It's a little messed up. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's a little messed up. I have to clean it up a bit. That sucks. I want to put like some designs on the teacups and stuff because he is the Lord of Fire and he would have fancy teacups. Although it's possible that canonically he drinks out of plain white teacups this whole time, and I'm just putting way too much effort into this. I don't recall him drinking out of any fancy cups, but like
plain white teacups are the way to go.
It also occurs to me, Vicky, he'd probably be drinking out of an Asian style tea set, and it looks to me like you drew a European style one.
I know. So again, I'm a ding dong, and I don't use references, so this is on me. This is definitely not an Asian style teacup at all. No one will notice except you, probably, hopefully. No one will point it out. It's fine, right? It's fine.
Only the hardcore weebs will definitely make themselves known.
You know what? And they have the right. If you're that educated on culture, that's very cool of you. But I'm a loser artist, and that doesn't.
But they
Yeah.
probably like exotic things too.
Vicky,
You
are you
just need
giving
to
people a license to be jerks?
Yeah. You just need to hold yourself to a lower standard, because you just what I mean by that is there's other people who have bigger art fails in their art, and so you were still better than most.
Oh, cool. Cause I'm better than the artist. Oh gosh, what was it? League of Legends or something like that. Like there was this artwork for a very popular video game where the artist was really good at coloring and shading, but didn't pay attention to anatomy, and it's pretty gross looking. You know what? I should just go find it. Let me go find it.
Yeah, go find it and link it.
I don't need to link it. I can just show it on stream.
Oh, well, I'm not looking at the stream because I get an echo when I look at the stream because you can't mute Twitch on mobile.
You can?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you can, but...
No, you cannot. There is no audio options at all.
Okay,
There
I'll
you
also link it.
I mean, I'll look at the stream anyway. There's just going to be an echo while I'm looking at it.
I can also link it. I just need to go find it. I'm what video
It's
game.
too late.
is
I'm
this
already
for?
looking at the stream.
Well, I'm still looking for it. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna zoom out so people can at least look at that while I'm looking for it. It's gonna take me a hot minute to find it. It's like, oh man, like I really like this particular Tumblr post. Give me 45 minutes to go look it up. Try to get through it quickly. And there's a lot of other good things I'm seeing as I'm scrolling to find it.
Is that like a My Hero character or something on the left?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I couldn't figure what else it would be.
It's very dumb, and the fire took me too long to draw, and the stupid gauntlets on his arms took me too long to draw, and I'm like, was this worth it?
If the design is really, really stupid.
Okay.
My hero.
Okay, I found the post. Okay. If you ever think you are bad at anatomy, this is official League of Legends art.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna have this on screen for a moment so people can absorb what we're looking at here.
Yeah, it gets worse the longer I look at it.
That's the point. This is official League of Legends art.
Wait.
Yes. Just soak that in, boys.
I'm trying to figure out where her neck is supposed to be coming out of.
I know!
Exactly.
How is her neck attached? If you ever think you're bad at anatomy, just know that this is official League of Legends artwork. It's like her neck
at
comes
first
out
I
this
was
way.
first I was gonna be Dowdy McDowderson. I'm like, she's just gonna complain about like big booba art, but no, the anatomy is actually bad.
Yeah!
Wait, why is it?
Okay, here's
Okay,
her
it looks
head,
like it
here's
looks
her
like
neck,
it looks.
here's her shoulder, here's her other shoulder. Somewhere around here is supposed to be like her clavicle, but I don't see it. It just, there's like
Wait.
nothing here, and then it like,
It's
the
so
neck, yeah,
bad.
the neck goes down here, and then the rest of the torso just starts right here and goes down. I just need y'all to look at that with your
Like,
eyes.
at first, you're like, yeah, I know what they were going for. Like, your brain puts it together at first, and then you're looking at
it looks
like,
normal
wait,
at a glance, but the longer you look at it, the worse it gets. So
the
just,
shoulder does
You
not
know-
do that. What?
You know what it looks. You know what it looks like. It looks like the chest area is more kind of like out front, and then it's like
That
you
about
go
sums
back
it
like
up.
a
That
couple
post
inches and,
underneath
like,
it.
that's
yeah,
where
this sums it up right here.
that's where the neck starts is like a few inches.
So anyway.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
this
like.
is just so bad.
It's one of those things where like the anatomy is not like a little bad. It's like pretty extremely bad. But like
Oh god.
an artist
like
that talented probably.
bad.
Yeah, the coloring and shading
not
is like
realized that.
so good.
Okay. All I can figure from, like, you know, people that I've spoken to who actually do freelance for a living and things like that, that artist probably just had too many projects on a tight deadline and just did not. It was just poo brain.
They were probably
just didn't-
poo brain, and we're like, yeah, that's
Like-
good. And didn't have a second pair of eyes look at it.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
how the Magic the Gathering thing I told you guys about, you guys called
Oh.
exactly what the problem was.
Yeah, yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
he was probably on a deadline and just started ripping some art off because he had a deadline he couldn't meet. And then the guy came out on his Twitter after the scandal. He's like, yeah, guys, I had a deadline. I couldn't meet. I'm sorry. And it's just like, yep, you guys nailed it on the head there.
Yep, it just, you know, freelance artist things, dude.
I just know what it's like.
We know what it's like, and for the people who want to support me, like, I appreciate that your first instinct is, hey, where's your commission info? But I beg you, just if you want to support me, just go to my Redbubble shop. The link is below. Just do that, please. I don't have to do anything. I am too busy for commissions right now. My commissions are currently.
Please don't make me do stuff.
Please don't make me do stuff. It's not good.
Hey Vicky, I'd like to commission like 10 art
Pyro?
pieces from you.
Pyro,
Pressure,
I will
pressure,
come
pressure,
over
pressure.
there
I'm
to.
joking.
Um,
I'm joking.
I'm
I'm joking.
gonna-
I swear.
I'm
I'm
gonna
joking.
come
I
over
swear.
there
I'm
to
joking.
the Central Time Zone and wring your neck.
No, I was joking. Please don't. My neck is very valuable. Please don't. I'm joking.
I love you, Pyro. Yeah, let's see. The heavy gun right there should be
That's
pressing
what
into her
happened.
side some, and that would influence how they lay instead of just floating out there. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Let me look at. Let me go bring this back and take a look. Okay, so this is a common problem with trying to draw characters interacting with props or characters interacting with other characters and having like the weight distribution and like the posing correct is not easy. But bruh. This person probably should have used a reference. Brought to you by
Just
I am
use
not
a
using a
reference.
reference.
Just grab a friend real quick.
Just grab a friend real quick and have them post
Brought
for
to you by.
Google
Wait, hold
something,
on. Can you
change it enough so no one can tell you Googled something.
Yeah, please animate me and Spencer from... You want...
Well,
you want freaking go, dude?
Or just
I'm gonna
search
perish
a
very
random
quickly.
Google image and then somehow copy it.
I
Or
can't
in your own art.
animate.
You can't animate?
I can't animate. I probably can't animate either, but I can't animate. I've had people.
Well,
I've had people. Okay, I know we're being satirical
I
here,
thought-
but I have had people legit ask me to do animations for them, and I'm like, I'm not an animator. And they're like, but you can draw.
Well, I thought.
It's like,
well,
oh, I'm
I thought-
sorry, those are completely different skills.
Well, I just thought it'd be like somewhat easy for artists because you know, like an animation is just frame by frame.
It is frame by frame, but you have to understand the principles of animation and be able to execute it properly. It's
Have people seriously told you why can't you animate? You can draw.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Have people who are like not 12-year-olds said that to you?
Yes. I've had
Wow.
people older than me ask me to animate for them, and I'm like, I can't animate.
Holy crap!
Yes, people.
That's so stupid.
People are
That's
that
like-
out of touch with how our art works.
Yeah, that's like being like, yeah, can you write a symphony for me? It's like, no, I don't know how. It's like, but you can sing. It's
Exactly.
like, yeah, but I don't know any music theory and I can't play any instruments.
Exactly.
Or
Look,
basically, or
You know what?
or
That's a
it's
good way.
like,
to
or it's
Animating
like,
is a million times harder. Okay, at least to me. Like,
Yeah.
some people are
Or-
really good at animating, but not good at drawing. And like those are two different skills. Let me tell you what.
or it's like, hey, can you write a script for me? And you're like, no, but it's like you can act.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, I have to
Also,
wait.
people get artist confused with graphic designer pretty frequently. That's a very common one. I would not consider myself a graphic designer.
Graphic designer, more like graphic recliner.
Good job.
Big sneeze.
But yeah, artist and graphic designer do get mixed up. I understand why, but that's a pretty annoying one that I get frequently as well. It's like, oh, you're an artist? Can you like design my business card? No. The best I can tell you is don't use Comic Sans. But I'm not gonna be able to like give you legit good graphic design advice. Like if you're a graphic designer and
Yeah,
you're designing something, you can show it to me and I will give you like my artist perception of like, is it good? Like I can
I
tell
was
you if it's
watching
good.
Oni Plays, and they were talking about like exotic foreign food restaurants that use papyrus in their logo.
Oh my gosh, it's constant, dude.
Yeah.
People still keep using papyrus. It's ridiculous. It's just whoop-de-doo. It's a font that comes with everyone's computer. But if you're business, maybe consider buying a font. That's part of what your
Or just
business
make your
budget's
own.
for. Yeah, you could make your own,
Or
but
just-
you know, they're normies that haven't even crossed their minds that that's a possibility. They have no imaginations. So.
Okay, I gotta get to bed.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for coming,
I
Beast Bird. It's
appreciate
nice seeing
you.
you.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Night,
Love
good
y'all.
night. Love you. Ho 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 ho.
It was nice seeing you.
What?
It was nice seeing you.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you
I
too.
like looking at you with my eyes.
You know what? You took the words right out of my mouth,
Oh,
babe.
I do like stealing things from mouths. Like
Huh?
stealing candy from a baby.
Hmm. You're right. You're absolutely right. I can't agree with you more. All right, night, everyone. Love y'all.
Night.
Bye.
Good night, Beast.
There he
Good
goes.
night.
Let's see. Comic Sans is good for reading if you're dyslexic, but it's got some stink on it from overuse in bad graphic design. Yeah, it just got a reputation for being overused by people who have no sense of graphic design. So that's one thing. There's like better fonts that have been invented specifically for dyslexia. So just use that.
Dyslexia.
Hyperlandia. I did it.
That's a good song.
It's a really good song. I listened to it a lot. I downloaded it.
Yeah. Did you listen to the Dead Mouse playlist I linked a long time ago?
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah,
of
Dead
what
Mouse is
song?
real good.
Of what
Hyperlandia.
songs?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I've heard that.
Pyro likes Dead Mouse. Hyperlandia is like my current jam.
You know, I've seen him. Last time I saw him in concert, like he came over to Milwaukee to play a show back in like what 2020. In the kind of the in like a really big building, and also like his cube like 3.0 was legit amazing.
Yeah, the
gonna
cube
lie.
looks so awesome.
I've got some videos if I can post them to the group.
He has a music video where it's literally just his like team designing that cube. That's the music
Oh,
video.
you mean Black
Oh,
Hill?
that sounds awesome.
I don't remember the song, but yeah, I remember watching the video because I was binging a bunch of music videos of his.
Here. What did you think of Monophobia?
Monophobia is probably my favorite Dead Mouse song. It's really good.
What do you think of the music video though?
Oh, it's very cursed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like
Yeah,
it, but it's
that's-
just so funny how like such a beautiful song doesn't go with such a cursed video.
Oh wait. Is
That's-
that the one that's really, 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 really cursed and they're like around a swimming pool?
Yeah, it's filmed in his actual backyard.
Okay, then I know which one you're talking about. It's
Yeah,
kind of
and
impressive
he's
how
made
cursed
more
it is.
music videos. He's made more music videos since then that also used a lot of the same like cursed CGI type stuff. It's not just that one, but I think that's the one where he kind of started with it.
Yeah.
With anime, like he in the music video of Monophobia, it shows him in the studio animating his own music video. So
Oh, that sounds
I
really
assume
interesting, actually.
yeah, it's part of the music video. And then he has, like I said, he has other music videos that came after that that also use like the exact same style of CGI. So I assume he animated those too.
I like that.
Bum bitty 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 bum bum.
Ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-da-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum bum, ba-da-dum dum. You've been struck by a smooth criminal.
You've been struck by a truck.
Yeah. That was good. Let's see, where are we? Let's make this smaller. Yeah, look here. And look here.
Oh yes, I love hearing these. I love hearing these sound effects.
Dink, like that. Dink, dink, dink. I just realized I can go read what Cammy has to say. But as you said, Comic Sans already comes on every computer and program. Sadly, the custom dyslexia fonts don't. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, they should. The specifically dyslexia fonts should be available. So say I Hilda of Low Rule, but no one's gonna listen to little old me. Okay. Okay. Duplicate. Okay, let's go to this one. Put you up here. We'll get you to later. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, what do I do here? I'm on the correct layer, right? Hello, Photoshop, could you do the thing, please? Why are you not doing it? Photoshop, hello? There we go. Okay, cool. Crap, that's the wrong layer. What the frick?
Jeez, Vicky, I didn't know you could age so quickly.
Oh, yeah, I do that. Don't worry about it, son. It's just my normal disposition.
Excuse me, sir. Did you need some help crossing the street? I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there.
Oh, I don't need no help from a whippersnapper like yourself. I can manage it on my own. Oh, my tailbone.
Oh, you seem to be in a great deal of pain.
Would you like some chocolate chip cookies I made?
I would love some chocolate chip cookies. Thank you very much, Sonny. Frick, that's the wrong layer. Oh no. Somebody help me with Photoshop. Warp, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, yeah. Yes, there we go. Boy, I sure do like my Photoshop. Reminds me of when I was young and I used to draw. I used to draw Legend of Zelda OCs all the time. I remember when I was happy. Is this too much?
Keep going.
What's all those background noises?
That's the best bit.
Thank you.
Yes, Vicky, you're making a story out of this. This is gonna be, you don't know it yet, but this is gonna be one of your new OCs, except they're super old for no reason.
I remember in 2009 where I drew a bunch of Homestar Runner fan art, but I drew the Homestar Runner characters as popular memes of the time, like Velociraptor, and This Is Sparta, and Rick Roll. They got lots of views on the DeviantArt club called Club Techno Chocolate. Yeah, I was a mod for that club. I remember the days. I'm just making a bit out of my history.
Those were the days. That was like 10 years ago.
That was more than 10 years ago, Sonny.
No, don't do this to me.
2009 was more than 10 years ago, sweetheart.
Stop.
No. I remember business.
I was like, is she gonna? Yeah.
Am I gonna what?
I remember business.
I remember business. That's a really good Adventure Time episode. I remember when I was an encyclopedia for Adventure Time. I watched every single Adventure Time episode, and I knew them all by heart. Like, if you showed me a random scene that had nothing to do with the rest of the episode, I could tell you the title of the episode. And for most episodes, I remember where the snail was located. Remember that every episode had a snail? I'm gonna lose my voice. I need water, dude.
You know, I appreciated it while it lasted, though. It was beautiful.
I was trying to remember off the top of my head other stuff from my history, and I can remember most of my personal history by just looking at my DeviantArt gallery. Like, that is very relevant to who I was for most of my life. Transform. Warp.
Warp.
Warp zone. Golly, what song is this? I got so much from the Smash Bros. Soundtrack, and I don't know what it is because it's all in Japanese. It's your method of journaling. Better print it off for the descendants. Oh yeah. Like I have a good idea of like where I was through different periods of my life, just because I did fan art for whatever my hyperfixation was at the time. And it's all on DeviantArt. Go to my DeviantArt so you can see like what I drew when I was 15.
Lordy, lordy, lordy.
Lordy, lordy, you're turning 40. Yeah, that looks good.
What video game is everybody playing the butt out of right now?
Elden Ring.
Oh yeah. Full for you. I know you're my elder.
I have
boy.
like probably more than 200 hours into that, and I'm still playing it.
Good. Let's see. Color.
I'm still pretty much just Animal Crossing and Breath of the Wild, but both of those games have plenty to offer. I'm hoping to start a few more games this summer because it's summertime and I have some more time off. So.
In the summertime when the weather is hot.
Hey Vicky,
Yeah, what's up, man?
did I ever tell you I found the Elden Ring / Dark Souls easy mode?
No.
It's literally
what's
just
that?
using a shield and using a spear.
Ooh, that sounds like the type of play style I'd want to do anyway. Because that's just
Yeah,
how I
so
do.
if you didn't already know, you can hold your shield and then press attack, and you're defending and attacking simultaneously. And that's just like unique to spears and rapiers.
Specifically in that game.
Specifically in every Souls game, actually.
I mean, I was gonna say, that is like just the type of way I would play. Like, I definitely like using spears in Breath of the Wild.
So all you do is like shield poke and make sure to like just watch your stamina bar, because people can still, or not people, enemies can still hit your shield until
yeah.
your stamina runs out, and that's a problem. But you can just keep leveling your stamina bar.
I mean, yeah, there's that, and
You can-
also like
yeah,
to learn to play
You-
Dark Souls is to learn how to manage your stamina bar, basically.
and still learn how to manage your stamina anyway, even if you're planning on dodging stuff. But
Well, dodging.
yeah, you can
uses
literally
stamina
just
too.
level. You can literally just level strength and endurance, and the strength will allow you to hold heavier and heavier shields that you find throughout the game.
Ooh.
And not only that, but your attacking weapon will do more damage too, obviously, because you're leveling strength. And you just level that green bar, and then there you go. You don't even have to level your HP that much, because the higher your endurance, the more you can, like, the heavier your equipment load also. So instead of your HP bar being big, your defenses are just stupid high because you're wearing a bunch of heavy armor too.
Ooh.
So, and it really is easy. Like, a lot of areas in Elden Ring I thought were really hard the first time through. I'm just like shield poking everything now, and it's like, okay, nothing can touch me. This is kind of stupid, actually.
Yeah, it's cheap, but I'm just a very defensive player in general, which is part of like why I was able to adapt well to Dark Souls in general, Because I'm like, oh, well, this
Yeah.
wants me to play very defensively, and I prefer to play defensively, so this is, like,
Yeah.
manageable, actually.
And then one more fun bit about the build. In Elden Ring, you can make any old weapon scale off of any stat you want to just by changing like its attributes. So you can change your spear to be primarily strength instead of dexterity, so that it goes
Huh.
along with your like heavy shield plan. And not only that, but there's a seal for casting miracles in the game that scales off of strength also. So you can even throw lightning bolts at stuff and it scales off of strength.
That sounds weird, but yo.
So like everything you're doing just uses your strength stat if you build it right. So it's just like very, very efficient, like min-maxing.
Huh. Also less expensive to make than swords, and fantasy overall should be less sword focused. There's a reason spears were the kings of the ancient battlefields. Stab people from far away. That's why they invented lances. Yep.
Yep.
That's
Lots of
so
different
funny.
weapons were designed for different advantages and
different
so on and so
functions.
forth. Except for the flail. The flail is a stupid weapon.
Oh.
I think they look cool, but like practically it's just like, why are you swinging a ball on a chain?
Oh, like a morning star?
No, a morning star is just a spiky ball at the end of a staff, but a flail has a chain in between those two.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I guess there is a difference between those two things.
Yeah,
I
morning
always think
star,
they're
there's no chain.
cool. Like, I mean, Morningstar or Flail, like, I think they're both cool. And why haven't I played a D&D character yet that uses one of those?
I don't know.
I don't think, like, it probably
I'll have
does
to look
some-
up the practical applications of a flail. I'm sure there's a reason it got invented, because obviously there's like angular momentum when you swing it around in circles.
Yeah.
Like mathematically, you get a lot of kinetic energy when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for D&D, I don't know if Vicky knew this, but Pike in Critical Role, she canonically wields a Morning Star. Like that's her.
Oh, okay.
You know, aside from divine magic, she uses a Morning Star.
Yeah, and in Elden Ring, flails do have this fun little move where you do just like hold it in front of you and twirl it in a circle a bunch, and you can just walk around while twirling it, and it just does repeated damage. So you can just like walk up to things and you're just spinning it and just chunking them really fast.
Chunkin'.
Not only that, but the flail has bleed build up, so the rapid hitting you're doing is going to build up their hammerage bar,
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
and then you get a bunch of damage that way.
At some point,
But
I
yeah.
want to play an ASMR with an axe, just so I can have like, you know, an angel wielding axe that's like a homage to Subaru from Dot Hack.
Yeah.
I just haven't yet decided what class, because like the sketch idea I drew out was a very like armor based one, and so that kind of rules out doing a barbarian. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't want to be a fighter. I didn't like fighter when I played it, and then it's like, I already did a paladin, so I was just like, not sure yet.
I know, like, once I've done a class, like, it makes me get into a comfort zone where I'm like, I want to try new things, but, like, I already know how to use this other class.
But yeah, if you ever get around to Elden Ring,
Yes.
let me know and I can show you how to set the easy mode build up, because it's pretty easy to set it up.
I mean, in general, I'm all for, like, picking what I feel like going for in the moment, and if then I start struggling, I'm like, all right, what do I do now? Like, I'm cool with going
Yeah.
that route.
I'm just saying, like, Elden Ring in particular is like really hard and unfair. Like, there's so many moves that like have a slow wind up and then it's just fast all of a sudden, and it
Oh, like
messes
from
up your timing.
enemies?
So yeah, from enemies and bosses. They just
Bruh.
like they just mix you up so bad. It's mostly the bosses that mix you up really bad by doing like a really long swing and then a couple of short ones, and it's just like they look like the same move. So if your plan is to just like dodge roll everything like a classic Souls game, you're still just going to get hit a lot until you like memorize everything.
Yeah.
But if you do like the shield poke strategy, you don't even have to like learn the game. You can just like out stamina things until they're dead.
Out stamina. Ho ho ho.
Yeah, you just have to watch your stamina. Like whenever it gets low, just back off and regen it, and then go back in, and that's it.
I mean, yeah, that seems good to me. It also sounds more interesting than Pyromancer, just because it's like, oh, in Dark Souls 1, easy mode is just selecting Pyromancer, which sounds fine, but like, if you're learning Dark Souls, I'm definitely all for you should legit learn how to do normal combat.
If you start
first.
Souls on a spell slinger character, it'll just teach you really bad habits.
It will teach you bad habits, exactly. Like you should definitely.
I mean, the
start
shield
with
thing, the
physical
shield poke
fire.
thing I'm proposing, kind of teaches you bad habits too. Just like you just won't learn how to roll, basically. But technically, you don't need it when you're doing the shield thing. So
You don't need
it's
it.
probably fine. I think if like I'm halfway through the game with just shield poking, so I feel like you could probably just beat the whole game like that. And like whenever it doesn't work, I just pull out my seal and start throwing lightning bolts at stuff. Because like I said, there's also a seal that like scales off of strength, so it's just like the lightning bolts actually do good damage.
I wanna play it.
And also, Elden Ring has no pyromancer or pyromancy. That is to say, it does have fireball moves and stuff, but they're just allocated to Faith now. Like you just use the seal that you use to cast miracles to cast fireballs, because fireballs are just miracles now.
Huh. I wonder why they did that.
Probably there's kind of like a third stat called Arcane. So it's Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane. And so they probably just decided to move pyromancies over to Faith so that there wouldn't be like 4 different things.
That's kind of weird, but alright.
Yeah, Arcane's a weird stat. It's basically the luck stat from Dark Souls 3, where your item discovery goes up, but like there's also like bleed weapons that scale off of Arcane for no reason.
Well, the Faith being like a fire one kind of reminds me of the Light Cleric in D&D. The Light Cleric is all like, it's light, right? Well, light is basically equated to fire, so
Right.
there's a lot of fire spells that the Light Cleric
I think it makes sense to move it over there.
Yeah.
Because now if you're casting miracles, you can do healing, you can do buffs, and then lightning bolts and fireballs, and just rings of light. And like you also get like poison mist and other random stuff when you do miracles. Miracles have like a lot of variety with stuff they can do, whereas like sorcery, which scales off as intelligence, is basically just magical laser beams.
Beep, beep, beep.
Everything is magical laser beams. All the moves kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get cool stuff like meteorites, but that's about it. There's this move for sorcery in Elden Ring that looks like Kamehameha, and people love that move.
Of course they do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really popular move.
Everyone loves Kamehameha.
Mm-hmm.
Putting way too much effort into this, but I want it to look nice.
Nice.
It's like when you decide you're going to sell something, it puts like a lot more pressure on you.
I have a lot more, like, dude, when I first started selling my artwork at conventions, like, a lot of my popular stuff was stuff that I didn't put very much effort into, and I'm going, I wish I made that look prettier. Like, even stuff that I don't sell at conventions, it's like, okay, well, like, most of my comics, like, just like, haha, here's like a comic strip about, like, Undertale characters or something like that. You know, that's pretty straightforward. I've made so many of those through the years, and then, like, the ones I put the least artistic effort into end up being, like, the most popular ones that get, like, the most favorites and comments and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I didn't make this pretty. So I've started to make my comics pretty, but
I think there are many artists who relate to this dilemma.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most artists can relate to this. It's just how it be.
It be like that sometimes.
People don't think the universe be like it is, but it do.
But it do.
But it do. You got it. Let's see. Okay, you guys are talking about D&D stuff.
I would like to see Neil deGrasse Tyson like just reply to that meme of him where it says that.
It's like, Neil deGrasse Tyson did not say that. Like, I love how mad normies get. like
Yeah.
Like, I really like the movie Morbius, where the character Morbius says it's Morbin time, and then he morbs all the
Yeah. Asai, he didn't tweet this. He just wrote it as a tweet, basically on his YouTube, because you know how you can do that.
Yeah, oh yeah, just as a status on
He just wrote on his YouTube page, "I'm gonna morb."
Yeah. Oh,
It's so stupid.
dude, I love stupid. And I'm
It's like insultingly stupid. I love the
yeah.
part in Morbius where he said it's Morbin time.
And then he morbs all of his foes. like just that, and like everything about how nobody saw Morbius is like a
Yeah,
huge meme
people
on Tumblr
didn't
right
watch
now.
it.
Nobody watched it.
Which is funny because it's a Marvel movie, so you would think tons of people would have watched
yeah,
it.
you would think, right? But
But I'm not
no.
gonna watch it because it's a Jared Leto film
Ouch.
about a character I've never heard of.
I'm just like, well, if it's a superhero movie and I've never heard of the superhero, it's a Marvel film.
Very true.
If it's a superhero movie about
If it's a superhero
really...
movie and it isn't good, then it's DC.
Oh, ouch. I was gonna say, if it's a superhero movie and it's a super obscure character, like Shazam, then I'm gonna be excited. Because Shazam was so good. Also, allegedly, there's gonna be a new Shazam movie.
Nice.
And allegedly, it's gonna have Black Adam.
Cool.
And allegedly, Black Adam is gonna be played by The Rock.
I think I heard about this a long time ago, actually.
I'm like, freaking what? Who decided
But that's
this?
pretty much, it's perfect casting.
I mean, it is, like, because Black Adam is, like, Egyptian, right?
Yeah, and The Rock is kind of dark.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, like, actual Egyptian, there's plenty of actors that are actually Egyptian. I don't...
But are they Egyptian and ripped?
Yeah, they need to be Egyptian and ripped. Well, then just get the actor who's playing Moon Knight. He's too busy playing Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watched more of Moon Knight. I'm gonna continue to critique it harshly for its horrible representation of DID. Anyway, I'm done being on my soapbox here.
I mean, so are you just against it because one of his 27 personalities is a murderer?
No.
Okay, you have more to say about it than just that?
So,
okay.
I'm not completely caught up, but I watched...
Because I heard you talk about it the other day, and you're like, they get it wrong because there's only like 2 personalities. And I'm like, well, I heard Moon Knight has like 30, so...
I mean, if he does end up having like 30, that's going to be really cool. It's
yeah,
gonna be
that's...
confusing
he
from an
does.
audience standpoint, but go off, I guess. So I watched a couple more episodes, and they're getting more into the backstory of the character, and they're making the character ask himself an important question between himself and his alter. It's like, did you make up your alter for this purpose, or did your other alter make up you for this other purpose? And it's supposed to be like this super deep philosophical question, and I'm like, that's not how this works.
That's not how it works.
But then they came out with like, yes, here's the plot twist, such and such alter made up such and such other alter, and I'm like, that's not how this works!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not how DID works. Thank you, Cammy. It makes me angry. Because...
Makes Vicky angry.
Because scientifically accurate depictions of real mental disorders is very important to me. I know it's not important to normies because they don't see the problem with it, but Anyway, what's up, Pyro? Oh gosh.
Hello.
There's some horrible
There's something
noise.
screeching in the background.
Yeah, is that your door?
Yeah, that's
That's awful.
Sounded like a
food cabinet
parakeet.
door.
Okay, does this look passable? Actually, yeah, that's kind of looking passable. Frick. There we go. That's not how that works. Okay. There we go. That looks passable. It is tiny details. But I want the Fire Lord to look like he's a cool Fire Lord with cool dishes.
Cool fire boy.
He's one cool fire boy that definitely abuses children. Oh, and also like murders hundreds, I guess. Maybe even thousands. Whatever.
Yeah. He's committed dozens, nay, hundreds of war crimes.
Of war crimes.
Yeah, don't
War
worry about
crimes.
it. War crimes.
War crimes are the funnest crimes.
Yeah, that's good. War crimes. Here I'm drawing characters that have committed war crimes. Another reason to second guess my life decisions. Drink water, everybody.
Drink Wawa.
Ugh. Okay, one more. Luckily, this won't take as long because I can just copy this one that I just made. Duplicate. Saucer. And then this one is also.
What if we just had a cute slice of life anime about somebody with DID? Like, let's do that.
That would be adorable. I would watch the crap out of that. Like,
That'd have a good plot.
yeah, like, so if you have a character that has DID, the best way to go about it is have a very minimal cast of characters. So that way we can focus on the large cast of alters. Like, that's basically the only way you can do it, I think. That'll make it, like, easiest for an audience to understand.
Or give it crap tons of characters and make it basically The Simpsons.
No. Why would you say such a thing to me?
The Simpsons, but it's
Because
anime.
The Simpsons can have like 140 characters and it works.
Yeah, dude.
The anime Simpsons.
Yeah, Anime Simpsons. Let's go.
Yeah, Anime Simpsons, and they won't translate any of the names to English names. And it'll be really annoying to keep up with.
I mean, anime fans will have a cow if you try to Americanize them, so.
They can have all the cows they want. I want to remember whose name is whose.
Okay. Alright, well, speaking of that, I'm gonna go to my Tumblr and bring up a recent post. Here we go. Let's bring this bad boy over here. Okay, so this is about My Neighbor Totoro. English version. When dubbing the English version of My Neighbor Totoro, the film's executives originally planned on changing Totoro's name to one considered more American. Several new titles were considered, including My Neighbor Craig, My Neighbor Kyle, My Neighbor Joe Toro. Toro's first name would be Joe, and his last name would
Joe
be Toro.
Toro.
It would also be implied that he was from Cleveland. And My Neighbor Uncle Sam. Eventually, director Hayao Miyazaki kept the name Totoro. I could not name him Craig, said Miyazaki, because I would not want to be named Craig.
I would not want to be named Craig.
And then somebody made this Photoshop. My Neighbor Joe Toro. Joe Toro!
Yeah.
Because this is obligatory.
Joe Toro.
Joe Toro. But anyway, because I would not want to be
The
named
walk.
Craig. Anyway, little detour. One I knew how to find much faster than that other post.
See, the thing about that is, like, I can't remember if they translated the other names in that movie. It's been too long since I saw it. But the titular character of Totoro, that's just a really cute sounding, like, creature name.
Yeah.
There's no reason to change that. It's cute and unique. It's got the same energy as, like, Pikachu.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't translate that because it was cute and unique.
It was cute and unique.
Actually,
and
they did
it's-
translate that. The Japanese name for Pikachu is something else.
What?
If it is,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
every
buy it.
Pokemon has an Americanized name, if you didn't know that. Every single one.
Well, I knew most of
I'm
them
gonna
did.
double check that.
Okay.
So
Well,
then
I'm
what's
pretty
maybe
the
sure
Pikachu's is original.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
Pikachu's
Pikachu
still
might
the
be original,
Japanese
but I'm
word.
just saying, like, with Pokemon, almost every single name is Americanized,
Yeah, I
like, just
mean-
about everyone.
A lot of them make sense to be Americanized because it's like puns off of English words like Frostlass or Tortwig. Turtwig, you know, stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's supposed to sound like the word twig because it's a grass Pokemon, stuff like that. They're meant to be like puns in English.
All right, I just had to confirm because it's freaking out a second. Yes, Pikachu is untranslated. But yes,
Yeah,
every other
Pikachu's
Pokemon
unchanged.
does have an Americanized name, and yes, I did know that. But Pikachu remains untranslated. It's just, it was just cute and iconic, and it worked. I don't really know the reasons, but it worked.
Yeah. Let's see. Cami says, mass media is likely to be the first exposure people have to things like this. And once depicted badly, people who start learning about it from a fundamentally flawed starting point are more likely to be accidentally cruel, perpetuates lies, and struggle to find actual facts because they're starting at the wrong place. Isn't Pikachu is from the sound that the rodent, it was probably like the sound that the creature makes. I mean, like, a lot of real-life animals are named after the sound they make, like the kiwi. The bird, the kiwi, was named after the sound it makes. So, based on that, I can assume that the fruit kiwi was just named after the bird, because the bird kind of just looks like the fruit. I don't know if that last part is true, but I can make the assumption.
All you did was remind me of those Photoshops where the inside of a kiwi bird is the inside of a kiwi fruit.
Oh, that sounds really cursed.
It's a pretty cursed Photoshop.
If I recall correctly, kiwis were originally called like Chinese melons or something like that.
Chinese melons?
And they got the name of kiwi as like a marketing ploy tied with like New Zealand and stuff.
Oh, really?
I could be remembering this, but I seem to remember that.
Oh my goodness!
The bird came first.
Where's my button? And hi, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it.
Ooh.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Vicky Violet. I'm a variety streamer, wholesome artist, and lover of memes. Welcome to the club. I'm just drawing some very stupid art right now that I'm putting way too much effort into, as you can see here. And we're talking about DID and the Japanese name of Pokemon.
And kiwis.
And kiwis. Oh, Wayo! Hi, Wayo! What's up, man?
I was just about to make you type something in chat because your name looks slightly sus, like a bot. So, glad to know you're not a bot, Wayo.
Wayo's a VR chat friend. Hi, Wayo! Welcome!
Wayho.
Wayho. And people don't really like gooseberries because they're sour. Ew, sour. Yas. Alright, what do I have left on here? I did all the stupid details on all the T-ware. Let's turn the shade back on. Okay, and the shade gets to be... Okay. These things get to be below the shade layer. Perfect. I was worried I missed the stream, so it was a relief that I didn't. Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot to notify you directly, but I was hoping... I mean, that's kind of the point of my new Discord server, is to help people, like, help me notify people. It's like, okay, if you want to be notified about streams, like my streams or Aki streams or any of my other streamer friends, like, make sure you're a part of the Discord server, Space Stream Club. No, Space Stream Squad. Sorry, there's more alliteration than that. And that'll make it easier, because I did... for a while just link my stream to a bunch of people individually, and that just took way too long, and I kept forgetting people, and I'm like, just go be a part of my server if you want to get notifications about going live. Or you can friggin' hit that bell, if you know what I'm saying. Twitch doesn't have bells. Whatever. Cammy, you're such a good mod. I really appreciate you.
Just follow and turn on notifications.
Yeah, just follow and turn on notifications. But no, hang on. I need to take a moment to really appreciate my mod, Cammy. A couple weeks ago, when I was doing like the really, when I was doing the VR chat stream where I had like a bunch of crazy people come in, specifically like the Foot guy and like one other guy like came in. There was a lot of Cammy being on top of like deleting messages, and so there was just a ton of messages I never saw. There was a bunch of messages I never had to look at because Cammy just took care of them right away. And I'm like, dang, my girl's on it. Like, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much.
That's a lot of appreciation time.
Yeah. I'm just not really, like, on YouTube I would be able to unhide it, but what I found interesting was, like, I went back to my VODs for those, and just those particular messages from those commenters were completely hidden. I couldn't unhide them. I'm like, really? That's a little weird, but okay. It's like, I never found out what they were. And I was also checking, like, the VOD itself for, like, you know, the chat that I have appearing in the corner. It's like, oh, maybe I'll see it in the corner here, and then I'll be able to see what the message was. But no, I didn't even see, like, what those hidden messages were, like, in the VOD, which was extra weird. I mean, if they were saying words that wouldn't get through my filter, then that would not appear. So the thing I have on screen that shows the chat appearing on screen, I have a naughty words filter that is custom. It's like, oh, here, you just plug in the words that, like, if somebody says that in chat, it will not appear on your screen. It will not appear on your stream. I'm like, good. So I have a long list I have written just specifically for this asset of, like, every naughty word I could think of. So don't look at it with your eyes. It was a lot.
I want to look at it with my eyes.
You can look at it with your eyes. You'll get such beautiful things like Hitler, and Hitler was right, and stuff like that. Just because,
okay.
I mean, yeah, you'll get really random things too. Just because, again, like, when I was on YouTube, I got a lot more, like, weirdos and, like, trolls in chat when I was on YouTube. And one of my trolls from YouTube was, like, over and over again being like, ha ha ha, Hitler was right. And I'm like, haha, funny meme. Do you want to, like, have a constructive conversation like adults at any time? Okay? Alright, see ya. Whatever. So anyway, that's just because, like, that was an experience I've already had on YouTube. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna add those to keywords. Like, you can type those in chat, and then other people in the chat will still see them, but they will not appear on my screen. Good luck. I got really creative.
People want to act like adults.
Yeah, welcome to the place where we want to act like adults, but also look at silly Tumblr memes. Ho ho ho. That's what I like to do. Everybody drink water. Oh, Danny's back. Hello, Danny. Yes. Drink water. If I say drink water, I'm drinking water too. I'm a thirsty little baby.
Hey, those designs are starting to look really good.
Oh, yeah, the designs I put on the... Those?
Yes, exactly those.
I just realized my boyfriend isn't here. I'm sad now. I know he had to leave, but I'm sad. So long for a while. Have you guys been to Wet and Wild? What is that? I think it's a restaurant. I'm not sure. Danny, what's Wet and Wild? I don't know.
A water park?
Is it a water
I think
park?
it's either a water park, a beauty salon, a brand of makeup.
Water park. Okay.
Okay.
Where
More
is...
nefarious?
Yeah, more I mean...
I hope it's a water park.
I hope it... Yeah, she says it's a water park. Good.
Because if it's not a water park, then it's probably something dirty.
And then it's probably something that would be in a town near me. AKA Vegas.
Yeah. AKA the town you are in.
It's like, it's already been out. I'm just like, and I plan to move out of here as soon as possible. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Partly because, like, I don't know, it just comes out in conversation. Like, Danny's been asking us for recommendations on what places in Vegas she recommends. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm a hermit. It's in Vegas. Okay, she says Wet and Wild is in Vegas. Okay, hey, business known as Wet and Wild. Maybe don't have that name while being in Vegas, and also maybe don't have that name.
They can do what they want. They know what they did.
I mean...
That's probably why it's called that.
I mean, yeah, gets more
Trying to get
attention.
people's attention.
Trick question, Vicky. It's both.
If they
It's
go out of
both
business,
what?
then they'll know they made a mistake.
It's both what? I'm scared. Is it a water park and an adult location? I'm scared. What is it? I don't know what's going on. Cammy, you have to elaborate. I'm scared. I'm gonna go in here and where's my flag texture? Here it is. I'm gonna go in here and fix this little dot that's bugging me. Both a water park and a place in Vegas. Oh, okay, that's a relief. Oh, thank goodness, it's just that.
Both the water park and a brothel.
Oh gosh. Well, they have exotic attractions in
Water
Vegas.
brothel.
Water brothel. I mean, dude. Again, like businesses that have unfitting names, like there's a clothing store that's called the Love Store. And like the logo is exactly what you think it is. It's like, you know, it's pink and it's got hearts in it. And I'm like, oh, the Love Store. So it's probably like some adult product shop, right? No, it's just a regular clothing store. And I'm like, well, I'm in Vegas. You got something called the Love Store. I'm gonna assume the worst. Okay?
Yeah, Vegas, aka Sin City.
It's called Sin City. Like, why do I need to clarify this? Color. I was riffing on what you said about it before. Yeah.
Also, aka the place where Penn and Teller perform daily.
Yeah. Every time I see the posters for Penn and Teller, I'm like, wait, those guys are still alive?
Yeah, also Penn Jillette has like slimmed down.
Yeah, you know what? I was gonna make a joke about that, and I'm like, you know what? Cold Ones already did, so.
Yeah. I really want to shout it, but I know I shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
But
I have
Max-
to have rules on my stream.
Max shouted it with such conviction. It was so funny.
Dude, that man was in tears, and I was.
I was in
all for it.
tears.
It was so good. Just he played that part of the video on loop and was screaming it at the top of his lungs because he couldn't freaking believe it. I love you, Max. I liked the part where Cold Ones was asking their audience, so who's your favorite member of Cold Ones? And then people would name like staff members instead of like Max or Chad, and they're like, yeah, that's fair. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who the editor is, but I should definitely learn the name of the editor so I can say the editor's
It's
name.
Too Mad most of the time.
Too Mad, because that editor
Yeah.
is absolutely phenomenal at their job, I must say.
I don't know if their editor is always Too Mad, but it usually is as far as I understand.
Hang on, because we're talking about Sin City, I gotta have Twerking Cat in chat. There we go. Twerking Cat.
You're doing what in chat?
Danny's like, well,
Twerking cat.
Well, then I picked the wrong place to have my honeymoon, lol. Going to Sin City, baby. I'm like, okay, here's some Twerking Cats. Let's go.
Yeah, also known as drive-by wedding. Drive-through,
gosh.
sorry, drive-through
Yeah,
wedding.
drive-through wedding.
Drive-by body pierce.
Drive-by Body Pierce. See, Beck is just an artist, you know? Oh, speaking of Beck, my new favorite Beck song right now is Dreams.
Dreams is really good.
I kind of want a remix of it now.
Yeah.
I've been using it a lot as like my alarm clock song. And here's the weird thing about that song as my alarm clock. When I'm like groggy and waking up, the song sounds correct, but when I'm listening to it fully conscious, it sounds off key. And it really confuses me. I don't know why this is, but it's really bugging me.
I know, like, music can sound out of key from, like, the other room.
Yeah, like, I wonder if it's, like, my Bluetooth headphones, but I'm like, no, that shouldn't be the case. Like, it should be playing off of my phone speakers, which should be fine, but, like, either way that I'm hearing it through, like, if I'm hearing it through my phone speakers as I'm waking up, then I'm also hearing it through my phone speakers as I'm fully conscious, so why does it sound completely different to me? Like, it sounds really cool and ethereal when I'm, like,
I
half
would
asleep.
imagine you get too used to hearing it in your groggy state. And so that's the only way you're used to hearing it, and then you hear outside of that, and it's like it's off.
Yeah, when I'm hearing it fully conscious, it sounds off pitch. It's really
Yeah.
weird.
Did you ever listen to Beck's Hyperspace album?
I did a while ago. I don't remember much from it.
I really, really like Hyperspace. I pretty much like all of his albums, but Hyperspace is the newest one. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been having myself listen to more stuff I haven't listened to enough. I'm like, because I still have a bunch of your old music files on my drive. So every once in a while, I'll grab an album and just drop it on my phone so it appears when I do like shuffle all, and I'll gradually get used to like more stuff that I haven't been like. I'm like, oh, this is a band I keep meaning to listen to, but so let's just throw some of that on there, and then I do, and I'm like, ooh, like I discover some really cool stuff.
Sorry about mindless self-indulgence.
Oh well, that's one I know not to put on my phone, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Mindless self-indulgence scares women. And also Primus. Primus.
Yeah,
also
Primus.
scares...
Primus is Primus is psychedelic hillbilly music that scares women.
What if the two mixed?
That'd be pretty sweet.
Hey, you want to do a
I love
mashup?
both of those bands.
Why do these bands scare women?
Oh.
I don't know. It's Primus music just sounds like music that would scare women.
It's really
I don't know why I have that feeling
If you're
about
in the
it, but
mood
I really
to watch cursed music
like it.
videos, go check out some Primus.
Yeah, when the enemy team has 3 McCrees.
I will never unprint that screenshot, dude. It's just perfection. Okay. I'm pretty much ready to blend the background and let it fade
Will it blend?
away. So what can I do to really make the characters pop from the background? I'm gonna put like a blur over this, I think, but I think I want to start with just colors. I want to make it fade in the background.
Put a
with color.
tacky glow around everything.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Hang on. It's outer glow and opacity. Pump that up. Spread size. Yeah, that looks good. Is that good?
Yeah.
Did I do it?
Waiting for the stream to catch up.
There it is.
They're in heaven now. They're in the heaven
It's
cave.
funny how fast you did that.
They're experiencing nirvana from having drinking such a beautiful tea.
Yeah, it's
did you
Iroh's tea.
happen to watch the new JonTron about like chakras and mysticism and stuff?
Oh yes. With the bad
Oh,
Photoshop.
Yeah, it just
Oh my
Where
gosh.
it's just bad
it
Photoshop.
just reminds me of the
glowing.
one where like the guy just photoshops himself glowing.
He's just glowing, and then it has a tutorial on how to like sever yourself from somebody else's energy when you're done cleaning their energy, and taking their energy, putting it in the trash.
Yeah, and then I like how John pointed out the part of the video where the guy who photoshops himself glowing in photographs of himself, like the part of the video where he's like saying like people say that, you know, these aren't real, but they are real, and like the part of the video where he says that, he looks away from the camera and twiddles his thumbs, which is something people do when they're lying.
I know.
And JonTron pointed that out.
Yeah, the guy who just kind of glows on camera. Freaking.
Yeah. I just watched this really fun movie with my roommate called Upgrade, where this guy gets like an artificial intelligence implanted in the back of his neck, and it's like it can let him do kung fu and stuff. It can also talk to him and like let him know what to do in certain situations. And there's this cop that's investigating like what he's been doing, because he's basically carrying out vigilante justice, and so he's trying not to get caught. So this FBI or cop is like talking to him, and he's like lying about where he's been, and the AI in the back of his neck tells him, look her in the eye. If you look away, you let her know that you're lying.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it be though. Just
Yeah.
body language speaks more than actual words do.
Yeah, the AI says like you're showing her you're lying. Like don't look away.
Don't look away. Don't look away. Don't look away. Let's see. Let's try a real
Yeah, that movie was really fun.
blue. Ah! The colors. Is that contrasting enough for you? Actually, yeah, that is very contrasting.
Oh.
You can definitely see where the characters are now. Okay, so what we're gonna do, lower opacity on that
What
a
we
little
will
bit.
do.
And then we're gonna go just to different blending modes. And just scroll through them.
I do a big yawn. Is it only like 9:50 over there?
Yeah, it's 9:50 over here.
Okay, because it's 11:50 over here.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to go to bed, by all means, go to bed, bruh.
Yeah, I was about to pack it up here in a second. But yeah, I need to re-listen to the Jimmy Uringer album, but that's the front man of Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
album has collabs with like Serge Tankian and
Ooh.
who's the front man of My Chemical Romance? It's got
I don't remember.
collab with him.
I don't listen to MCR.
He's got a really cool voice though, and he collabs on a song, and he sounds really good on that. He collabs with Grimes on that album. Do you know Grimes?
No. Who's Grimes?
She is Elon Musk's wife, and is also a pop star.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that. That's weird.
So yeah, Grimes has a collab on the album. Anyway, it's a pretty cool solo album, and I think it's mostly like not that trashy compared to Mindless Self-Indulgence. It's still like got some stuff on there, but you know.
It's got some things.
It's got like, you know, swear words in it, but I don't remember it being like super trashy like his band
it's got
does.
the naughty words that I don't want my mommy to hear.
Oh. Yep, the Fire Lord looks so peaceful just drinking his tea.
Good.
He doesn't look like very murdery or anything, which is nice.
He's having his tea. And they're thinking about how they like to abuse children.
Okay, because the fireman on the left, he does look like he is thinking about the war crimes.
Yeah. So yeah, in case you don't remember this character, so you remember the character who's, I mean, everyone knows this character. The character whose hair is half red, half white, and he's got a burn over one eye.
I know the deal.
Yeah.
I know the dealio.
That's what's important here. It's just the bad fire dads who have emotionally repressed sons with burns on their faces.
Oh yes, the fathers of the two Zukos.
Exactly, the two Zukos. Though what's interesting is that they made it a little different for this character. It's like he's not actually the one that inflicted the burn on the child. That was the mom. I actually think that's an interesting twist.
Yeah, the mom was also a psycho.
She was abused as well.
Well, she was a psycho. Yeah, she was a psycho because of abuse.
Yeah.
And snapped one day.
Because he's the abuser, so it's still like basically his fault.
She is still a psycho though.
Yeah, well, she's at least in the hospital getting help. Good for her.
Yeah, no, I actually really like how they've been developing the plot where she's been getting help, and then Endeavor has like started learning the error of his ways a little bit and starting turning around.
Yeah, he's starting to be like, how do I be a good father? Hello, son. Do you want me to be a good father? And then his son is like, piss off, dad.
Yeah, his son is just like, go fall in a ditch.
That's the spirit. It's like, this man did irreparable damage to your life. He does not deserve your forgiveness.
Yeah, he's like, I want you to go out for smokes and never come back like most people's fathers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang, son.
Oh, I love it.
Freaking fantastic. Aki, are you looking at the stream at all, by the way?
I sure am.
Okay. What's your opinion on... Oh boy, this looks very different on my two monitors. Okay. So on my right monitor, it looks very blue and kind of like garish. But on my left monitor, it actually looks kind of good, where it's like pulling the saturation out of the background and making it fade in the background more, so that way the characters are the ones with the bright colors and they're popping more.
On my screen, I do like it. I think you need to make a bit more of an extreme difference between the characters and the background, just as a design point. Maybe lighten up the background a little bit, because your characters are very dark overall.
Okay, so let me go...
But then the other thing is, the blue is looking great. However, Endeavor's outfit is a little bit blue.
Okay,
so now
that was an immediate problem when I was picking out like the shade color, because I'm like, oh yeah, I need, you know, blue. Blue is going to be a really nice, like, cool shadow to contrast all of the red. But then the problem is Endeavor's costume is freaking blue. So it's really hard to contrast this stupid thing. that's super annoying to work with. Bless you. Hello, Pie.
Anyway, I wouldn't make it more blue. I would go back to the blue that you had
Okay.
and add another layer that's just like a lighter color to try to lighten up some of the.
Okay, let me just make it like a lighter blue. Let's see.
Like illustration 101, like my very first illustration class was dark characters light background or light characters dark background. Pick one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
would
a
like
dummy
to do
dumb and I
light
ended up
characters,
picking up a dark background. I
I'd
suppose
like
I
to
could
do
just
light
redo this,
characters and light
but maybe do a slightly
background
green
and dark characters
background.
with dark background.
Okay, let's pump this up. Ooh.
I kind of like it. It might be something to put away and come back again with a new set of eyes.
Yeah, new set of eyes. So I think I'm gonna leave it
Alright,
at
guys,
about
that's
this
the
level.
stream.
What about the stream?
Huh?
What about the stream?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna sign out.
Alright, night-night. Thanks for coming, man.
Night-night.
Yeet.
Bye-bye.
99.
Okay.
There he goes. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go over here. And I'm going to make the background blurry and fade into the background here. So I need to duplicate some things here. BG. 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 And then BG. Okay, over here. And then this thing. And then this thing. Okay, where am I? Do, do, do. Do.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Okay. And then Bleh. What the? Oh, hi, Grim. Ugh. Late night, Violet. Oh, well, my sleep schedules be all screwed up right now. Don't you worry your pretty little head about that. Lamau. I'm just working on a stupid little piece here. Alright, we're gonna go to blur. We love late night gremlins. Dude, if anyone's a late night gremlin, it's definitely me. No questions asked.
Do same.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what time you felt like going to bed, but we can talk about that when you end the
Yeah,
stream.
I'm gonna finish up soon. I'm just gonna do the blur and think about how my voice cracks a lot. How blurry do I want it? Yeah, I can make it pretty blurry. Let's tone down the blur a little bit. Okay, let's go about right there. And then let's go to the blue. Okay, here's without the blue. Oh, definitely the blue is doing much better. Dude, your face went when you called yourself a gremlin. Yeah, I do that. Everybody drink water. Ethnic the water. So let's see. Definitely the blue is doing wonders. Like here's no blur. Here's like the regular background. Here's with the blur, which looks pretty good to setting it in the background. And then here's like this blue filter I put over it to let the characters pop. This might be too intense of a blue. Like I feel like it's pulling too much color out because now it just kind of looks unnatural. But I'm not really sure what else I would do.
Feeling like you should change Endeavor's color just for the sake of design.
I could do that. Because this is something that's more intended to be printed than anything else. So the contrast will really help out.
Mhm.
So, what would
Mhm.
you suggest I do with
What looks
Endeavor's
good,
costume here?
actually. Just make it more similar to Ozai's, more of a black or a red.
Black
Do
or
red.
Really?
Red.
I suppose I could just make it lean towards more of like a warm blue. Like, I mean, that would make it kind of purple, but I don't know. Oh, guys. Violet do be kind of cute upon further inspection.
I mean, it works. Whatever works. Sometimes you have to like bend color for the sake of design.
Bend color. Yeah, that makes sense. Just trying to decide what I want to do with this. You know what? Probably, hang on, let me check how bright it is. Like how bright his color actually is. Oh, dude, let me just pump up the saturation of his costume. That would be easy enough to do. Okay. Because his costume is not that saturated. So, okay, let me toggle the fire so I can see what
Well,
I'm
wait,
doing.
are you trying to make his like outfit kind of look like lava? Because then, if that case, it might need to be a bit more black.
Well, I color picked from a reference image.
Hmm.
Slightly purple might work. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not missing any spots here. Okay. Well, let's try. Okay, we've got the blue. We just go to image and then wait. Frick. I have to unlock the layer. There we go. Image. Adjustments. Hue saturation. And let's go to saturation and like really bring that bad boy up. Like really, really make it bright. Okay, so this is no saturation, yes saturation, no saturation, yes saturation. I'm looking how that looks on my other monitor too. That's interesting. Yeah, because my left monitor is a lot dimmer with saturation. Like it's a lot grayer. It's not as bright. That's the word I'm looking for. My left monitor is not as bright, so I have to use it as a color reference, even though it does screw me up sometimes. Because I get fussy over colors. Okay, so looks great on left monitor. Right monitor looks blindingly blue, but it could work.
It looks good on mine. This just looks like regular blue, unless I'm still waiting for your computer to catch up.
No, it should be caught up by now. I'm sitting in purple like in Minecraft. He looks so different without the fire facial hair, yeah. I just toggled it off.
Yeah, so I do think it's working.
Okay, so yeah, just pump up the saturation. Okay, saturation pumped.
I would also take a moment, put your whole image in black and white.
Oh, okay. Genuinely, I don't know how to do that in Photoshop off the top of my head.
Grayscale.
Grayscale? Okay, so I'm going to...
Like, save it for...
No, I'm just gonna, like... go over here. Okay. So we can go over here. And then image... adjustments? Oh, wait. I can just go to hue saturation, turn off saturation. Like, boom. There we go. Okay. No saturation. So we can completely just focus on the contrast of the image.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what that looks like.
Yeah, waiting for stream to catch up.
Honestly, not that bad contrast.
Yeah, it's
with
pretty readable, but you could push the readability a little bit more.
Yeah, I could probably just take his costume and make it darker, because Ozai has just so much, like, black on him.
Yeah, either make Ozai lighter or make Endeavor darker. You need to make them match a little bit.
Well, it's hard to make them match, because because his whole design is covered in flames.
I know.
So... And also my voice keeps cracking. Oh, drink water. Humongous brain. Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, looking at it like this is going to help you make decisions about what parts need to stick out more.
Yeah. Do a little of each.
We do a little of each, push them both together until they meet.
Okay.
So-
Let me.
Like the two enemies in Deltarune that are like the color palettes.
Oh, the Swatchlings?
The fletchlings.
Oh my gosh, my voice cracks so much right now. Ah!
So,
Push the
So,
blue red until they are both yellow.
Yes. Okay. So let's
So,
start with
okay.
Endeavor.
so wait, so
Yeah.
as an artist, how do you decide? Like, if you're making an art piece, how do you decide what you want to pop out? Like, how do you decide like what you want to be like the eye-catching part of it?
You have to understand basic design, like composition, and where a viewer's eye is naturally going to be drawn. So,
Well, I mean, like,
obviously, generally the center, you'd think, but actually, composition-wise, like you have the rule of thirds. So imagine you've got this square. So let's just imagine this square, and imagine that it's divided into 9, where the 4 corners of the middle square are generally points that the eye is going to be drawn in. So like here's the middle square, and then each corner of that middle square is going to be like a focal point, and it's good to make sure you have things on those focal points. So for mine, like the focal point is definitely not the dead center, but like the rule of thirds, or is it the rule of fourths? I don't know, because it's.
Oh, the first thing you need to think about is what do you want to communicate with this image?
Yeah, what are you communicating? What do you
he's
want to be the focus?
That these two dads are having tea together.
Yes.
Okay, well, what about this? Like, what are they feeling here? So we've got Ozai seems to be chill. Endeavor is looking down at like the teapot. The teapot forms a natural triangle with Endeavor and Ozai. So Endeavor's eyes are pointing at the teapot, and then the teapot makes a line with Ozai's.
So where there are lines, so characters having like lines, so like let me turn on his fire again. So he's got these like lines on his costume. The direction of the line is emphasizing the direction of the arm, and the direction of limbs will help direct the eye towards certain things. So we've got this arm that's directing you towards this center point. We've got the character's eye line that's drawing you down to the center point. Just those are like little composition things that are going to draw your eyes and have like a flow of direction through the piece.
So
I wasn't talking about Endeavor's arm. I was talking about Ozai's arm leaning up from the teapot to his face.
Okay, so yeah, for Ozai, we've also got this line. So we've got this arm, which is this vertical angle, which is again drawing your eye down towards the table. So you've got these lines that are like,
anyway,
the basic composition stuff.
The simpler answer to your question is we want you to look at the characters.
Yeah,
we don't want you to look at the background.
Yeah,
the background should be there so that it's not empty space.
Well, I know that.
Distraction.
Well, yeah, I know that, but like since it's like an art piece of like two characters having like tea together, what's like the first thing you would want a viewer to see? Like, would you want them to see like the teapots first, or like to signify, oh yeah, they're having tea together?
I do feel like the teapots would stick out the most because they are white, and along with Endeavor's gloves, and then probably you'd see his eyes, and then that would help.
Well, then the hair too, the flame.
Yeah, the brightest areas. Your eye is going to be directed to the areas of most contrast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's just hard when you've been working on a piece for hours to make these decisions because you just get so much tunnel vision. You don't even know like what to look at anymore yourself because you're so intimately familiar with the whole thing. So it's really helpful to show it to a second set of eyes, ask them, what do you look at first? And, just get a critique.
Oh, yeah. Critiques help a lot, like, because it's like you're getting a second opinion from someone else.
So again, here's an example of somebody who clearly had tunnel vision or probably worked on this project in one sitting and didn't see what was wrong with it. They were like, yeah, that's good. Because they didn't take a break from it and look at it and be like, wait a minute. I like bringing this one up. Oof.
Well, then what about the artists who can get stuff done within like a day? Like,
okay, it depends on what we're talking about. Like, obviously, I can get something done in a day. Like, I can do a simple doodle, and it's like, okay, blah, 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 it's something that's done in a day. Something that's like a big project that takes 10 hours, I don't recommend doing it in one day and calling it good. Like, if you're gonna spend that much time on like a big piece, then that tells me you're using the piece for something important. Like, maybe you're selling it for a poster like I am, or maybe it's for like a client or something, so you want it to be good. You need to put it away so your eyes are no longer looking at it, so your eyes can take a break, and then you can come back to it with fresh eyes, and then you will be able to spot what can be fixed.
Okay, because that art
know.
piece that I sent you, like the recent art piece I got, Vicky.
Yeah.
The artist showed me of what the sketch was like, and then it's like they waited like for like several days. I think just because they
Yeah.
had like other people in the queue and stuff like that. And it was like 1 or 2 days later that they showed me like what the final piece was like.
I mean, I definitely
So-
highly recommend, like, you do a sketch, and then that's when you take your first break. Because the sketch is where you're mapping out the composition and the anatomy. And when you put your eyes away and then come back with a new set of eyes, you'll realize, like, what's wrong with that composition, and what's wrong with that anatomy, and what's wrong with that posing. Like, you'll be able to see that better. So I think right after the first sketch is a really great place to start. To start with that break.
Mm-hmm.
Who can just bust stuff out? It's like writing. You know how you're supposed to do a cold read before you turn in an essay? So to catch typos and fragments and such, like that, but for art. Yes, exactly. So I proofread my art constantly.
Grimboy's all like, sheesh, flex on us. So one point I want to make
Yeah.
is Vicky and I like know a lot of theory just because we've taken classes and we've talked to professional artists. Just because we can sit here on stream and like say that League of Legends art that was clearly done by a professional, and you know, and we can riff on it all we want, but that person is a professional who probably had like 90 freelance projects they were working on that week. You know, like it happens sometimes when you just don't have a chance to like take a break and go back to it. We have the luxury of being able to take a break. You know, like obviously this artist is way more skilled than I am. I don't know what
this
happened.
artist is way better than I
hope
am,
they're
but
okay.
they made a yike. So
I
we're
hope
gonna
they're
point it
okay,
out.
like genuinely.
It's like, hey man, are you okay? Do you need some water?
Like
Go drink
most
water.
mistakes you're gonna make when you're that skilled are gonna be unnoticed by the average person, but this one happens to be really off the longer you look at it.
Yes,
And
it's worse the longer you look at it. Official League
Because
of
you know
Legends artwork.
the neck is separated from. It looks like the neck is like separated or a bit pushed back.
Mhm.
Because yeah, like again, like this artist is definitely way better than me, but they were probably very sleep deprived or on a deadline, and something really weird took place. You know, this is probably an example of like they did the sketch and then started working on the rest. Like they probably did it in one sitting. Because something like this, I feel like if you did the sketch and then put it away and then came back a couple days later, like you'd be able to spot what was weird here, and then they would fix it. They probably did not take very many breaks while working on this.
Guys,
Oh,
breaks are important.
thank
Please take
you.
them.
Gosh, Grim, you're just... golly. Ah.
Coomstive.
Alright, I'm gonna put this League of Legends art away. Don't need me ragging on them. I'm just we like to point things out as artists here. So yeah, for me,
what's the?
yeah.
Oh, keep going.
Oh, no, you keep going. I demand it.
So what's the rule? What's the rule on What's the rule on if you really like a certain character from like a certain like show or like just in general, like what's the rule on doing art of them?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say if you like the character from like a certain like show or something like that, you're like, oh, I really want to do art of that character, you know. But like, what's the rule on that? Like,
You draw them. That's it. There's
but like,
there's
would
no
you
rules.
have to legit ask? Would you have to ask permission, or is it like?
You think I asked Mike and Brian if I'm allowed to draw Firelord Ozai? Of course not. I can draw Firelord Ozai. Are you asking, like, about selling fan art? Because that's a different topic. Like, you can draw fan art all you want. Selling fan art is a different topic. And yes, I am designing this to sell. This will be available on my Redbubble, and hopefully won't be taken down.
Why would it be taken down? There's nothing bad about it.
Yeah, a lot of it falls under fair use. Like, parody counts as under fair use. For this, I don't know if this counts enough under parody. This is like a pretty gray area right here. I mean, it's crossover. Does crossover count as parody? I don't know.
I personally think it counts as parody.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
my
it
little
should, 'cause
time
it's
in
N-word.
here is copyright law is incredibly complicated and nuanced.
It is.
And in general, should we be asking permission from content creators? Yes. Do we even make that much off of this stuff to be even worth their time? No. If we get a cease and desist online on our Redbubble, we take it down. Or, you know, if we were presented a cease and desist at a convention, we would just stop selling that IP, you know,
Exactly.
but it's one of those, like, how many people do you guys know who maybe don't, you know, maybe pirate movies, or maybe speed a
make
little
knockoffs.
bit. But okay, I'm making this sound like too justified.
No, you're fine. Just like basically, like, I'm just
it's one of those things where,
artist,
like,
and
like,
whatever money I make off of this is so insignificant that the creators of these characters would not care. They have no reason to care. But some of them decide to care anyway. Like, Disney is a big one. I will not touch Disney. Nintendo is starting to become a huge butt on that, which sucks. So a lot of my Nintendo fan art has been taken down.
Funimation can be a huge butt about it.
Bless you.
Sorry about that. Funimation can be a huge butt about it as well online.
Yeah.
It just kind of really depends. It's such a gray area. And then, like, another thing is, how transformative is it? Like, how much did you take the IP and make it your own? Or how much did you stay close to how it's represented in the original thing?
Yeah.
The more transformative you are, the more it's okay.
Yeah.
Or it would pass in the court of law. But generally, we do fan art, we sell it, conventions allow it, some online sellers allow it. If we're asked to take it down, we take it down.
Yep.
That's just what we do.
I think, like, with artists, if they want to do fan art with something, I don't think it should be technically count as copyright, because it's like it's in their own, like, art style, you know. It's in their own way. It's not like they're copying someone else's art style.
Yeah, there's a pretty important difference between copyright and trademarked. So copyright is like, okay, so I drew an OC, this is my OC, that goes under copyright. It is mine under the law by default because I created the character and then I drew it. It's mine by default. If I want to super legally own the character, then that's when I get it trademarked. So I go through some legal garbage and be like, okay, here's my character, here's what they look like. Yeah, what they look like matters, because, like, I don't super know how that works, but that's because a character's likeness is important. So it's like, oh, well, here's some other character that some other TV show created that looks a lot like my character. Like, they're taking the likeness of my character. So it's about the likeness of the character, mostly, I think. So you want to trademark your characters, like, depending on, like, yeah, I mean, if I'm just a little wee baby on the internet who makes OCs and writes silly stories all the time, like, that's whatever. So whatever characters I make, those are under copyright by default. If I were to publish a book, then I would consider getting my characters trademarked. And that would go through a lot of legal stuff. Does that
I might
sound
want to get my
correct,
character.
Oh, back to what Pyro was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember exactly how you phrased it, but he was basically talking about the difference between how transformative something is and how much it sticks to the original.
Yeah, transformative is kind of hard for me to
like,
describe.
if you're too close to the original, it's basically a bootleg.
Yeah.
and bootlegs are definitely a big deal.
Bootleg bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, copyright law, everybody. Is that good? You like it? Did you like your little lesson
Yeah,
on
I
copyright law?
might want to get. I might want to get my characters copyrighted just because it's, like you said, it's.
You don't need to get them copyrighted. You created the characters and now you own them. That's it. The moment you create the characters, they are yours. That's copyright.
Well, yeah, but I don't. This. Like, not like I mean the same as like the same color, the same pattern, everything is exactly the same. Basically a clone.
This is my OC. Please do not steal. Like that sort of thing.
Please do not steal,
Like
guys.
an OC is an OC. If you plan on like making a webcomic or a book or a show or whatever where you want to use the characters, then that's probably where you'd want to get them trademarked.
Yeah. So Cammy brought up a good point. I think the concern is that they might take away from the sales that the original creator might have gotten if their merch was the only option. And it's for reasons like that, like small indie creators, especially if they request like, hey, don't make and sell fan art of our stuff.
Exactly.
Then I respect that because they don't have like mass companies of millions of dollars making merch.
Yeah.
And like for instance, like Rooster Teeth requests that people not sell stuff with like Ruby. So we haven't really touched Ruby for that reason. Toby Fox originally requested people not to sell Undertale, but he rescinded that because he decided just not to fight it.
Yeah, he talked to his lawyer and realized like how dumb it was.
To try to fight it,
yeah. To try.
I mean, yeah, he's got his official merch, and
but
I'm
he
sure
has his official merch, and there's so many IPs that I'm a huge fan of that I'm like, oh man, I really like this IP. I would love merch of it, and then they don't have merch of it. So
at least it takes them longer to make merch than it does for the fans to do it, and that's what makes it difficult. Is the fans are so much quicker. I'm sure part of the reason, I would imagine the reason it takes them a bit longer is one, quality control, and two, like the legal stuff and figuring out who's going to do it, who's going to have the printers, whereas fans are working independently.
Yeah, fans are working independently, but I'm like,
you think it'd be illegal to hire fans to make the merch for them?
Some
I
will do
would
that.
love if more creators did that. If more creators were like, hey, submit your fan art and we'll approve or not approve it.
Yeah, that has been more of a thing recently, especially with like Box Lunch, because Box Lunch has like fan art design contests. So one of the official Avatar: The Last Airbender T-shirts they sell is a fan art of like the 3 Fire Nation girls dressed in modern clothing, and it says like Bad Girl Squad or something like that. Like
and that's a great design.
And it's a really good design. It's really good art. It's clearly like pretty transformative because it's the characters not in their canonical outfits, like they're wearing modern clothing and tattoos and stuff, but like that is like an official Avatar: The Last Airbender T-shirt that's being sold at Box Lunch.
Like one IP that took forever to have merch out, and then we had merch out of it, and it was on Redbubble for the longest time, was a Hat in Time. And they did finally come and give us a C&D and said, hey, take that down. And so we're like, okay, cool. Well, Redbubble's like, okay, cool. And then Redbubble just kind of notified us. And that was a bummer because that was our best seller.
Yeah, my Hat in Time art was my best seller on Redbubble, but it was just that's an example of like they had an IP and then they didn't have merch. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do fan art of it and sell it myself. And then eventually they came out with their own merch quite late, and then they were like, okay, cease and desist. I'm like, friggin'
cease and desist.
Friggin' could you not? It's like, can you hire me? Like, can I sell you my designs? Probably not.
I mean, at this point, I thought about contacting them and say, hey, can we work with you? But at the same time, it would probably feel pretty backhanded at this point. Like, oh, hey, we were already selling this and doing well, and hey, do you want it? Like, and And like we could do that from the get-go, is contact companies and go, hey, do you want it? But at the same time, that would take like forever.
Yeah.
And if I was somebody who really wanted to be like professional, like make my living doing this, I would do that. But I'm just kind of a hobbyist, just a hobby
Yeah, I'm
business.
just a hobbyist, dude. But yeah, eventually I will have.
You do art
this-
as a hobby.
Yeah, I do art as a hobby. I don't really make any money from it. I make a little bit of money from like a little bit of pocket change from my Redbubble store. Link is down below. It says shop and it has a picture of a T-shirt with the Skelly Bruiser.
You've made money from me too.
Yeah, it's like please don't ask me to do commissions. Like people are like, oh, you're an artist. Do you do commissions? And I'm like, please don't. Yes, I do, but they're currently closed. I'm super stressed out. If you want to support me, just go to Redbubble and get like a sticker or something. That would make me feel a lot better.
You can always request something if there's a fandom you really want. Maybe it's something that we're a fan of too, and we just haven't made stuff for it yet.
Like, you can send requests. Like, eventually for my art streams, I will have, like, ooh, we're doing wacky streams, and we're gonna do art requests, and you can tell me to draw something really silly, like, I don't know, Freddy Fazbear having tea with Mokuba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. I don't friggin' care. Like, I just really like
It's a terrible idea, draw it.
No, don't.
Kidding.
Make me. I'm suffering.
Just like any idea you shout out, I have to be like, draw it.
No. I already wrote some of these down. Like I'll spat it out as a joke, and then it's so stupid that I had to write it down. Like I looked at my notes on my phone the other day, and it says the Pokemon Torchic drawn as, Torchic drawn as Torchic from Ruby. I'm like, wow, that's such an amazingly stupid idea. It might exist someday if I get the time.
And then here we are, and then
And
here we are 5 months
years
later,
later.
Vicky doing
I mean,
that exact
honestly,
same
was
idea.
this art one of those? It was just a really random, stupid idea.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm drawing right now is literally like, this is a stupid idea, and I was gonna do it on stream sometime. I was like, haha, look at this funny doodle I did, but then
It's like a
for
doodle.
some weird reason, I had the dumb idea of making it like a full piece. And I'm like, this is terrible. Why did I do this to myself? I don't like it.
Okay, Cammy's saying.
Well, then there you go.
Oh, Cammy,
Oh.
let's see. My internet
Night,
has become
Cammy.
unreliable. I'll have to bid you good night. Oh, well, I'm
And,
closing anyway.
I need a restroom break, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it's Tetris. It's the Super Smash Brothers theme. All right, give me your dancing emojis. Here's my twerking cat. It's not mine. It's Alexandra's, but hey guys, help me get to affiliate on Twitch. I really want to make emotes. I'm an artist. I can draw my own dang emotes. Woo 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 woo. All right, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, I was looking for like one dumb post on my Tumblr. Where is it? I don't know if I'm gonna find it. That's weird. Where is it? Go to vickysmemecenter.tumblr.com for dumb memes.
The link is the link for Vicky's Meme Center is at the top
It's
right
it's also
corner.
below. There's
Just
legit-
please subscribe.
It's just my meme
Oh,
center.
big
but I legit
affiliates
do
on
provide a link for
Twitch.
it. Where is it? Okay, well I can't find it. That sucks. Can't find the thing I was looking for. Ugh.
What are you trying to find?
I was trying to find this this dumb post that was talking about like being an artist with commissions and stuff. It's a screenshot from The Good Place with the dialogue. So it's like, oh, you want a commission? And then they have the screenshot from The Good Place where Michael is like, oh yeah, that shouldn't take long. That'll take about like 2 hours to 11 months. So that's why I keep saying that when people ask me how long my commissions take. So, reminder, if you want to commission me, expect it to take 11 months. It sounds like I'm exaggerating. I'm not. If you want to support me, just please go to my Redbubble, please. I beg you.
From the money I earned from Redbubble, that money will go directly into Twitch. That'll go into my account of begging for Twitch to give me affiliate account.
Please give me affiliate. I need 5 more followers and then I'll be able to have emotes, please.
Oh, is that what affiliate gets you on Twitch? Is just emotes?
It'll give me a couple other things, but the main thing I want is emotes. Are you surprised?
Oh, if you wanted with some dang emails, you guys find like 5 more people like your grandma, your grandpa, your grandparents, your
Yeah,
friends.
by all means.
Send them the
Link my
stream
Twitch
link.
channel to your grandparents. I don't care. They can follow me. Let's friggin' go. Alright, I'm gonna raid. I'm gonna raid now. Where's my raid card?
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna raid! I'm gonna raid Shadow Legends.
You're gonna raid Shadow Legends?
Yeah, I'm gonna raid Shadow Legends. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm just kind of rambling now. Oh. Thank you, Krem. You're very sweet. I did get 1 follower today. Yes, I'm gonna raid somebody. Let's see. /raid, and my good friend Arichu is on right now. She is very adorable and very wholesome. How many followers are you at? I'm at 46. I need 4 more, because I did get 1 more follower today. I need 4 more, and then when I'm at like 48 or 49, I'm gonna have a stream dedicated to drawing new stuff to be emotes. I already have stuff ready to be emotes, but I want to draw some new ones, and I want some people to help decide what the emotes are gonna be. You guys get to be a part of that. Boop. Are you ready?
Make sure to watch
Check
next.
your
Make sure to tune
body.
in next time for some great
Yeah.
content.
You know, go follow me or whatever. I don't care. I'm dead inside. All right, bye everybody. Drink water. Like right now, you need to grab your water and
Grab your big liter of water and chug it, cause that's I don't know.
That's what you need to do right now. Okay. See you on the other side. Bye.